This is the Levels Network. I am Justin Horo, joined by the Triple AG Willie Mason and the bro Lukey Stowe. Let's start off this show before with a comment, with a YouTube question and a little constructive criticism. Hey team, just a small suggestion. I've noticed the intro music feels a bit too loud while Scope is talking. I'd love to hear the music play out first and then gradually fade just before the talking starts with a smoother fade underneath the intro. At the moment, the intros can be a little harder to make out because the music competes with the voice. It's been like this for a while now, and I keep thinking it might get tweaked. Not a complaint at all, just some feedback from a musician who's probably a bit more sensitive to audio than most. Love the pod and appreciate all the work you boys put into it.
Hey, come on, mate. When you're editing it, can't you adjust it?
Yeah, I'll tweak it for you, mate.
I
don't know what he's talking
about. It was more
about.
noticeable last episode because the Riverside audio is a bit lower, the Zoom audio.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's why it's come to that. Sometimes I'll hear it and it's sweet.
Yep.
So then I'll just let it go 6 again. But I did drop it the last week. I just forgot to drop it again.
Okay, there we go. So Tyrell Studios, Tyro, potentially, you would have heard a much smoother transition, hopefully, into that question.
I'm blasting everyone's ears.
Okay.
So he's saying it's too loud, is it? Like it's too loud into the, then you can't hear you. And
I guess what he's saying is I haven't listened to it before. Obviously, we don't listen to it back at the intro, but it's the talking is starting whilst the music is still trickling in.
And it's too loud.
And it's been put over top of that. It sounds like maybe I'm screaming over the...
This is the Levels Network. I sort of faded at that point. I just need to tweak your fade, you know. Sometimes you need to tweak your fade.
There we go.
Fair enough.
All right, let's get to it. Before we get, we're going to do a little bit differently this time around. Firstly, I want to just let everyone know we had a delayed flight yesterday leaving Gold Coast. I had to then get to radio at SEN. That's already locked in at 3 p.m. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get the episode up yesterday. But with no football last night, we decided let's just do it today.
Yeah.
Have a bit of a
watch the game again.
A watch of the game. Have a bit of a debrief as a team, and get into it today. So before we get into it, I want to thank the Star up on the Gold Coast. Yeah. And the sports bar, what a great event, great turnout, great atmosphere. They looked after us, and it was a
good
really
vibe, wasn't it?
Really good time.
Yeah, it was good, man. I was up there for 4 days, so they looked after me and the family pretty good. And then because I did it last year, and I wasn't quite sure whether it was just going to pump again.
Yep.
But obviously with Levels hosting it and our fan base up there is pretty strong. So I think we can build on this massively.
Is it fair to say it pumped harder, mate?
Fucking went hard.
Way harder.
Yeah.
It
leveled up way better.
Yeah.
And it was a cracking game as well. The game threes are the best, brings out the best in everyone. There was a game 2 last year. It was like, But and it was good to win.
And it was good to have Birdie on content.
Birdie was good.
He was a bit of a fan favourite in the comment section, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's good, Birdie.
People were loving him in the comments.
Jeez, fix your voice, Birdie. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. I think he's, mate. Can you?
Yes, you can.
Can you?
It's no, I've asked him before. It's you risk it with surgery, and I think it's like not cheap the surgery, and it's not a guarantee.
Gotcha. You got to. Because Darren Lockyer improved heaps, didn't he?
Yeah, Steve Price.
Yeah.
He's just fucked.
Yeah.
But Lockie's has.
Yeah.
Lockie's was down.
Channel
there.
9 would have paid for that, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, for sure they would.
He's probably waiting for Clint Newton to pay for it.
Who Birdie is.
Birdie the tight ass. Everyone knows how much of a tight ass you are, Birdie. Fucking fix it yourself.
All right, let's get to it, mate. The biggest talking points. I want to start off, normally the way we've done it is we've just gone through both teams, both rosters. I just want to focus on this episode because we'll get the smaller details when we review it again on Monday with fan questions because our fans obviously add so much to our show. But I want to start off with Nathan Cleary. And here's a constructive criticism or maybe something around recency bias around still and question marks with Nathan after the performance from Joel Stanley. G'day, boys. L1 from day 2. Although moving from Australia to Atlanta cost me L1 status.
Ooh. We'll give it to you.
Shout out to the ATL. My question is, are we seeing a bit of a recency bias when people talk about Nathan Cleary's origin legacy? He was outstanding in Game 3 and fully deserved the praise, but it almost felt like the narrative was already written. Barring an absolute shocker, he was getting the Wally Lewis medal. When you look across the 20-game origin career as a whole, How many genuinely iconic folklore type moments has he had? He's obviously one of a large part of a representative career. It felt like Queensland halves had the bigger influence on the biggest game. Has one incredible decider changed the way we remember his entire Origin career, or do you think that's unfair and this series was simply the final piece missing from an already great Origin resume? Love the show, boys. Your analysis has completely challenged the way I watch footy from your number one listener in the ATL.
ATL, represent.
Some good points there.
Yeah, some really good points. I think, his legacy's not written. No way. He's still got another about 3 or 4 series to go. And I think this is the start of his Origin career, I think. I know he's played 20 games, but he's been in and out. You know, if he can get with injuries and all that. This is only his 4th or 5th game complete series, right? 4th complete series over like 6 or 7 years, right?
Yeah.
So this was the game we all wanted, right? But his legacy is still nowhere near finished. Like he's had 20 games, right? He's probably played He's played 3 or 4 really good ones, I think. This is the one that everyone was the most eyeballs, most pressure.
For sure.
And this is what this kid's made of. He fucking come out there at Suncorp in a decider and just absolutely brains us. Like, I'm not sure what else to say about him. Like, I just got to let it play out now in my head. Let it play out for the next 3 or 4 years. Then you talk about the legacy.
Yep.
Not now. He's only, what, 27?
Yeah.
Something
late
like
20s.
that. No, 29.
Late 20s.
Fucking prime.
Yeah.
You just watch Gus and all those greats speak about great halfbacks. This is their prime.
Yeah.
This is where they slow things down. JT wasn't in his prime till about 28, 29. Neither was Joey. Right? This is his prime right now. The next 3 or 4 years will write his legacy. No one will give a shit about his first 15 games. No one gives a fuck about Joey's first 15 games. You know, like no one cared about JT's last 15 games. It was his iconic last 3 or 4 years where he just went bang. Origin's mine.
Yeah.
That's what Joey did. JT was arguably in the greatest side of rugby in rugby league history.
Yeah.
Right? And he was a fucking integral part of that, right?
Of course. Yep.
And Joey was in ebbs and flows of the game, like in the 90s when Super League wars and coming in and out, playing 9, playing 7.
It was a strange
getting
time.
fucked up. Yeah, it was a very strange time in rugby league. Only the true pundits would understand that.
Yeah.
And then the 2000s was his.
Yeah, so cemented it.
Smashed it. 2005. Comeback, legacy game, boom. But playing with Origin with Joey was a different level. Like he belongs at the top. Then him and JT belong in the same echelon. He's there. He's coming. Right? Give him fucking time. That's all I'm saying. He's still in his 20s. When he's 34 years old and he's played like 30-something Origins, then we can sit back and go, all right, he's had a great Origin career.
Yeah.
You won't even remember the first 15. You won't.
I'll simplify it to this, and I've been thinking about it over the last couple of days. All I can do is speak on the way that I viewed Nathan going into it. Like with legacy, right? It's
It's when you're done.
no, my point is it's subjective.
Very subjective.
Legacy is subjective. Where you stand in the game is subjective, right? So all I can do is speak on the way that I view Nathan and his career.
That's what we want.
And his path. I felt like he needed this game, Mace.
Fuck
I
yeah.
I did. I felt like he needed this game going into it. I considered his first 15 games in his career. I considered those deciders and not winning deciders in the 3 games. And that's why I brought up the comparison with Lockyer heading into the series. I felt like he needed this to not only have his own moment for himself, but just my subjective view on the way that I view Nathan was I've been wanting to put him in that category for 3 years, ever since he went on maybe 2 years. Once he started doing what he did at the grand finals,
Brisbane,
probably that grand final,
since the Brisbane one,
probably since then.
We've been waiting for him to play like that. Sorry,
At
that
Origin.
20 minutes for 80 minutes every game.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you show people what you can do. That's the thing. We're looking at him going, how the fuck did you do that and you're getting pumped. Like that's in you little animal. And that's what everyone's fucking put the ceiling way up here and putting so much pressure on him. And I'm with you. Like he needed this game. This is what I'm saying. Like this is what this kid's made of. He fucking knew it as well. He was the most pressure he's ever been under.
For sure.
Ever. And he comes up with this.
And delivered.
Kid is made of something else.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
And delivered, yeah. Again, like I said, like, you know, when you start with it, I think for himself, he felt the pressure as well, and he know that he needed a big performance. Now you can say the right things, and he's like, we talked about the interviews and the podcast that myself and Lukey had watched him on throughout at the start of the year, and you could tell he's in a really good place. Yeah. But just for his own, I don't even know how to,
psyche,
state of mind,
and
just
maybe to tick boxes for what he could potentially do in the future and the options that he's got. Like, this was a huge moment. I'm so happy for him. I wanted to see it. Obviously, we've talked about me being neutral, but you can't hide the fact on the clips that I was disappointed that Queensland didn't win that one.
So just imagine he plays like a busted ass, right?
Yeah.
Awful. Queensland win. Questions will be, will he get picked next year? Is Katoa going to take his place, right? And then they'll start, I know what the pundits are like, and I know what ex-players are like, they'll start digging in to his club career and start poking holes in that, saying, you played in the greatest team of all time, and it was the most well-oiled machine, best club team of all time.
Injury records,
yeah, a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, they'll start poking holes in all that shit, right? And
everyone's got holes in their resume.
No, but I'm just saying, if he didn't do this, right?
Exactly.
They will fucking come. I'm talking when he's retired.
Yeah,
they'll go, okay, we'll just say, fuck this up. Katoa comes in, plays the next 5 to 10 years, dominates.
But my point is, right, like, if you want to find a way for anyone, you can go through anyone's resume, right, and go, let's put this aside.
But he's on a different level than most people, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, he's won 4 premierships. Yeah. They'll go back to the premiership runs and going, oh, well, you had Yowie, you had Liam Martin, you had Appy here, you had like 10 Hall of Famers in your team.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they'll do.
Yeah.
Now they just won't.
Yeah.
I just don't think they can.
Well, I see, this is where I disagree. It's a great comment too. I love starting off with a strong comment like this from Joel Stanley. Mace, you said he had to win the Wally Lewis medal, but what you meant by that is New South Wales don't win that game unless he gets the Wally Lewis medal, right? Yeah. And he had to start the way he did. I disagree with the part where if he had an absolute shocker, he wins the Wally Lewis medal. No. Like, if he needed to have the impact that he had, he did step up and have that impact, and he delivered. And now he's ticked that box. Like, he's ticked the Origin decider box. And like you said, he's still got plenty left in his career if he does indeed stay. Like, that's the big question mark now. And I've always sort of selfishly worried about this with Nath. If he was to tick the box, does he start looking? And the relationship the conversation comes into it every time with Nathan. Like, he's got a high profile relationship. His partner, Mary, is an elite athlete on the other side of the world, representing the country. And you can see clearly how strong that relationship is every time they're in the same room together, just by watching them and interact on the cameras after and before Origin. So selfishly, there's been a part of me like, ooh, don't tick that box, because, maybe
where do you think he's going?
Oh, consider rugby union or heading over to the Northern Hemisphere.
That's what scares me.
Yeah.
South of France is good.
To your point, I was saying the way that he talks about her book that she wrote.
I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah.
So
have you read the book?
I haven't read her book, but just the way that he talks about her book and the shift in mindset that she has, talking about she's not a big football or soccer fan outside of the 90 minutes on the pitch.
Gotcha.
So, like, he's learnt a lot from that, I think.
Yep.
The way that she goes about her business at that level.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, when you think about it,
so he's
done everything. What if he comes? Sorry, what if he goes and he wins a premiership, right? Gets Clive Churchill, wins the World Cup, and gets Dally M.
There we go.
I'm out.
Golden boot.
I'm out. Golden boot. I'm out. Go to Union, son. I'll let him go to Union.
Yeah.
Legacy. Done.
So I'll combine a couple of tangents that we went on,
Yeah.
last night on the run home with Fletch and see if we can formulate this.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. We'll keep some to ourselves. It was a great
Love
show.
you, Fletch. I saw it, mate.
It was a fun show. We were talking about the state of the game at the moment, how it's flying, how Peter V'landys talked about investing the money and all the different options that we've got now. Assets was a word that he used often. And we went on like a rugby union tangent, but how about if you're Peter V'landys and all that chat around Super League becomes genuine and you offer, in order to keep Nathan, right? Like, and if this is something that he is really considering, and this is all hypothetical, so no one's had private conversations with Nathan. Everyone's just trying to piece it together because of the relationship. But if a way of keeping Nathan in the game of rugby league is V'landys buys the Super League,
Puts him in Hull.
not Hull.
Nah, he's got to go to Hull.
She's in Manchester.
He's got to go to Hull.
He's not going to Hull, mate. He's not
He
going to
wants
Hull.
to go. He wants to go to Hull.
He does not want to go to Hull. He does not want to go to Hull. Hey, apologies to you Hull fans.
Love it. I'm trying to give him some players.
Mary's at Manchester, Warrington, Wigan, big clubs over on that side.
Leeds, man.
Build up the game in the Northern Hemisphere, which V'landys has talked about, and remove a salary cap for Nathan Cleary to keep him in rugby league. Just go, hey,
Let's just buy Super League first.
Yeah.
V'landys.
Yeah.
And then have a whole full control of everything and just put rugby league fully on the world map.
yeah.
You know
I'm
what I
with
mean?
you.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm with that because Super League, we love Super League, right? We have some great times there. There's some great humans there, some great players over there. It's just run wrong.
Poorly.
Very poorly. The administration, PVL has run out. Look at what he's done in the last 5 years. We're on our knees in COVID. On
We were
our
nearly
knees.
bankrupt,
We were
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for, and I know the story, it wasn't for PVL and Gus, we wouldn't be playing. And we didn't have enough money in the bank to fucking give all the players. So PVL and Gus saved the game. That's fucking legit. If it wasn't for him and his fucking hard nose, fuck, we're playing here, we'll close the bubble off, boom, boom, boom. Then he made AFL and Union and all those sort of fuckers go, okay, we're going to play too. He saved pretty much sports in Australia.
Yeah, we were the first sport to get.
Yeah, we're the first ones, and everyone goes, "Oh, we'll do what he's doing because he's got balls."
Yeah, no, he's done a great job. Don't want to get too caught up in that side tangent, but that's just like
Fuck it.
because it's around Nathan.
Yeah.
and it's we would
Would you consider that? Just say
if I'm Nathan.
no, fuck Nathan. Just if you're just a normal player, just say you're Viliami Kikau. If you're anyone coming off contract and you just sort of want to go see, the NRL is the same as fucking Super League, right? I don't know. And you just go, I want to go to England.
I would definitely consider it if the pay difference wasn't as big as the gap.
Yeah,
is
that's
now
what I'm saying.
for
It's
top
just like
tier
it's nearly like the
And
same.
Peter V'landys in the next couple of years improves the quality by like the big part, and we've talked about this at length too. And we'll finish up on this, and then we'll get back to sort of some big moments in Origin. But the quality of the Super League, the quality of the facilities, the quality of training over there, that needs to be improved dramatically. And if that does, and there is a way. There are players that want to see more in the world or are curious about that part of the world and want to go over there and become marquee players. And there's a full-on marquee player allowance that just doesn't. I know there already is one for the Super League, but imagine if it's just like it's not even on the cap. So therefore, the NRL and Super League could combine for players like Nathan
I think they should.
as the ultimate example, and he is just not even on the cap for.
And that's the only
£2
reason.
million.
And that's the only reason why how you can get marquee players that are in their prime, right, to get over to England. You're not going to get the busted ones in their 30s and late 30s or whatever. You can get guys in their prime, still represent Australia, still represent New Zealand. All those sort of things. So,
and I also think there's a benefit in, and it might kill the Queensland New South Wales Cup system, but like giving them professional football for those guys in the 30 to 40, 45 development contracts at NRL clubs to go spend a season over in the Super League and
Be
play
better
high
for their
quality.
development.
Yep, for sure. All right, Nathan. So great opportunity. I just want to go back to it. It's all subjective. My biggest takeaway and my questions going into Game 3 was he needed this. I think he's done it. Yeah. I'm sweet now. I think anything that happens here is a bonus. He's clearly etched his name in the conversation for me. I'm not going to say for anyone else. I'm just saying for me because that's what we do for a podcast. And for what he's done, the levels that he has performed at with the Penrith Panthers team over the last 5 or 6 years and during this dynasty is otherworldly. And he just needed a huge decider game for me. An Origin decider, Wally Lewis medal, and he's done it. Everything else is just a bonus for me.
I honestly think he can get better. I think he's getting better every single year. Like, he just adds little things every year. I think this year he's been playing his best football of his whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think next year he'll do it. The next year after, I think he's got about 4 years in dominating this game.
Yeah, he's another one for you.
Fucking
to that point, Mace, because I want to keep you flowing with this actually before we move off him. Yeah, remember before they got it, if you look at some of the circumstances before they won that original grand final, go back to the grand final against South. There are a couple of calls that like big play by Stephen Crichton for the intercept, the sliding doors moments in that grand final, and even the prelim.
Reynolds kick, like he misses it.
Yep. Right, the Parramatta penalty with the trainer and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. There was some sliding doors moments. Who knows situations in games where they go, whether they win that grand final or not. Once he got that and ticked that box, then he just looked unstoppable for 3 years. There was no doubt in the next. If there was any doubt in that premiership, whether if they were favourable calls or stuff happened in that season to get them to tick that box, they completely diminished that by just wiping Parramatta in the following grand final, right? So my point is, once he dropped the shoulders, once the box was ticked, then everyone else just got it for a couple of years.
I think that's...
To the point where the only thing where people were questioning Nath, there was no questioning club level. No, fucking won 4 premierships in a row, and they were smacking everyone.
Clearly,
and they were losing players at a rapid rate, 2 or 3 a season. But everyone kept on saying, but, and now it's nah.
Yeah.
So that's scary for Queensland going into the next couple of years if he decides.
I think he's going to get better. I honestly do. I watch him keep changing the game. Right, he always adds little things like his kicking game, his passing game. He sees things like a lot slower. That's what happens, they reckon, when you get into your 30s. Like Gus always says, things happen slower. Like he's icing these balls at those all those tunnel shapes and everything like that. He doesn't miss.
Yeah,
he doesn't miss. And I think he's just going to get better.
Yeah, we've said it all year. He's getting cheekier this year.
Yeah, he's fucking disrespecting the game. No look passes, banana kicks and shit. He's playing with. He's on another level.
Yeah. All right, the next
enough glazing of Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, it was true.
He needed a buck. He copped some.
Yeah, I'm pumped for him. Just anything else before we move on, Lukey, with Nathan as a New South Wales Blues fan, and I know how much admiration you have for Nath as well, even though he's the enemy in the Penrith Panthers.
And as you mentioned, dusted us in the grand final. No, I think it's cool. Like off the back of. Like you mentioned earlier, the podcast and the mindset, I think it's so inspiring the way that he can articulate himself these days.
Yep.
So I think people forget, and I think it was mentioned in some content I watched yesterday, he's literally the ultimate competitor. Like he's gone that game too. How many times do you reckon he watched his performance from that game to then do this yesterday? You wouldn't have watched it?
Yeah, he would have watched everything.
He would have.
Yeah.
Because he's a halfback.
Yeah. So I think people dismiss that about him sometimes. So
we don't know if he watched it or not.
Yeah,
he would have.
But I feel like he's that much of a...
Where Mace is coming from, I reckon if Mace was a part of that team in a performance like that, he already knew, right? And it's a simpler game for forwards, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to go back and what he knew. He would have known his intensity was off.
Yeah.
He would have known he missed the mark, but finer detail.
Halfbacks would
looked at
not
every
have,
kick, every pass, all those defensive misses sure.
I think he would have been looking defensively. He goes, how the fuck did I miss 10 tackles?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he would have, because in attack it was just we were just all over the shop. We were dog shit the whole team, but like the buck stops with him, right? And I think he would have went over that whole thing. Goes, I need to make a few changes. Who's playing? He needs to be more on ball, right? These block plays and all that sort of shit. They limited that. They were very direct.
And I'd love to know between him and Moses. I felt like they were on the same page from the start this game.
We'll We'll get to Mitch. All right, let's get to the second biggest personality story of the series. And for me, it's Loz.
Who's that? Oh, I was going to mention it before, but I thought, you would have this in the notes.
Yep.
Fuck, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, so
he just looked like he just wanted to say, go and fuck yourself, everyone were in that presser. I thought it was nearly AI how angry, and he goes, where are the blokes that are fucking that were hammering me? Gutless pricks weren't even there. Do you know what I mean? Like that was more or less what he wanted to say. And why weren't they there? You know what I mean? You're hammering him all the time. You're not there to support him or to give him his flowers when we win. You know, I'm not really sure who he was talking about.
Yeah.
But
there must have been
specific guys, because he goes, where are they now? You know, to ask me questions. You know,
so for him to ask that question, they must be people. There must be prominent prominent journos that questioned maybe something, or had a clip leading into the series, or at least the final game.
Yeah.
In saying that, there was multiple people that criticised his coaching.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear too.
We going names? No.
Yeah, who do you think? Yeah.
I think Paul Crawley was pretty critical of him on 360.
He was, yeah.
And he had Bulldog Richie in 360 to stick up for him. So
Gotcha,
Bulldog was clearly Laurie's guy.
Yeah, Bulldog always backed him. Yep.
And then how comfortable would you have been if you were Laurie Daly? And he still hasn't said he's not coaching next year.
Yeah,
it's all but said.
Exactly right. So I got that for this part of the notes.
I just think it's a bit of redemption, right? Everyone wrote him off, and I remember just thinking last year. I think last week I wrote in the comments. I hope to God that he wins, picks the shields up, double fingers to the whole fucking crowd at Suncorp, walks off, and we win.
See, now I think he's second guessing that because he's got the job done.
Or it would have been because there was a Queen.
He didn't completely shut it down in the interview in the morning after.
Would have been Pete Bedell. I'll find the article, the one that came out before game 2 about everyone being asleep before his games. That was a Queensland article. So if he's going, where are they now? You're in Suncorp.
Yeah.
Come on, Pete Bedell, show up, you pussy.
Let's see if he's there first.
I love the Bomber. I just think he. It's just redemption, right? It's just like he could not have imagined this or put it together like in his head. Like we fucking go up there and we just bash the fuck out of him. We end up winning. Obviously, it's about the players, but he's got a bee in his bonnet.
Oh mate,
you know what I mean? Like he needed it. You know what I mean? Like if we got pumped there, he wouldn't have done that press conference. He just would have walked out into the sunset. You know. Now I'm so happy for Loz, because people forget who Laurie Daly is.
Correct.
They fucking forgot, and they're looking at him like he's just a fucking shit coach. Like, look at him. He's a human being, first of all, right? Of
course, yeah.
Fucking and he's coaching one of the, I think, a more talented side than Queensland.
Agreed.
When does it stop with the players?
Mate, you know this conversation.
I understand.
You've got to be fair as well, though.
I know. But there's been some questionable calls about his interchanges and stuff like that.
Yep.
But for fuck's sake, you can't make your key players play outstanding. They've got to fucking just play outstanding all the time, like those first 2 games. You can't coach that.
Yes,
you can do your interchange and everything like that perfectly, but like fuck, mate, you expect Moses and Cleary and all these other blokes, Payne Haas to run over 100 metres in game 2, like all these other guys, Yowie and all these senior players to fucking have a crack, right? That game 2 was embarrassing, right? And then he got them up for this game. They looked like from the fucking kickoff, but that's not coaching. That's 13 players going out there going, let's fucking put it all on the line.
I disagree slightly with the coaching part. So the part that we mentioned leading into it, and I said he backed the key positions.
Yeah.
Like when we look at it, Mason, and this is the part where he got the best possible performance out of the playing group on the field. Now, look, was Brian Ty a huge omission for a lot of people? Yes. Was he in a key position? For as much as I love Bizza and what he's done for the wing position, he was still a winger. Homole Olakawatu, back row, big drop. Those positions.
I'm not talking about that.
This is coaching, mate.
Okay,
Let me just finish with this. So this is a coaching decision that matters. Coaching matters, mate. You know it.
I'm not talking about those coaching decisions. I'm talking about game 2.
Yeah, but listen to this. If you swap and change the team, that part of it matters as well, because I felt like Teddy, Moses, Reece Robson, Nath, Isaiah, they all emptied the tank. Laurie backed them all the way through a poor performance in
I
game
totally
2.
understand that. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I love that what he did that. I said that clearly. I love how he's backed the players.
I know, but that's a part of coaching. Selections are a part of coaching. And that motivation, that's the same message. It's the same guy giving the message for game 2
I
or
know,
3.
but I just don't understand.
Back.
But I understand with coaching, right? I understand with Laurie. I love how he backed his players in the third game. I expected him to, right?
Yep.
But I'm talking about game 1 and fucking game 2. How's he expect to coach these fuckers? Like when they come out there with zero like aggression or anything. You saw game 1 and 2. 12 players they come out, they fucking just beat them. The second game, absolutely wiped out, still the same fucking team. Third team, still the same team, and we come out and we do this up there. That's not all coaching. It's great that he stuck with these guys for the third game, but fuck me, you got to rely on some of your players to get out there and take care of fucking business in game 1 and 2. That's it. Like, you can't go there and teach Cleary how to fucking play. Moses how to do these things, Payne Haas how to run meters, Yowie how to do this, Bizza. He's the only one who copped it, right? And I'm like, I get it. He was a winger, right? But he's been such a stalwart for us. It hurt all of us because we love Bizza. If it was anyone else, no one give a fuck. But it's Bizza. But I'm talking about simply coaching. You can blame the coach for shitty interchanges, right? When he didn't use like Fanua Blake and dropping Hamole and all these other things that you're going, oh yeah, they're bad decisions. That's bad. That's coaching.
And they're still hypothetical.
And they're all exactly. Yeah. But I'm just saying, look, the third game, he stuck with him. We come out and we blow him off the fucking field. Right? That's the 17 people that he picked, which Nelly is the 17 people that he picked in game 2, which got fucking blown off the field. Right? So there's coaching, and then there's like, fuck, you give all the coaching all the week, throughout the week, you can rely on your fucking players to get out there and take care of business. And they didn't. Now they did in game 3, which is all we should give a fuck about. So he's got that in him. And not Laurie, the players.
Yep. So what do you think with Laurie? So we were talking about this as well. We seen there was you probably wouldn't have seen the presser yet. Going into it, the reason we were discussing, and you said this in the comment section with us as well, the reason we were discussing other options is all the mail was he was going to finish up after this, and you even wanted him to.
Well, I thought
finger to the lift the shield, finger to everyone else.
Yeah,
and then just.
I think he should. I still think he should.
Well, I don't.
Do you reckon he's fucking?
He looks like.
I don't think he wants to go through. Hey, it's all beautiful and done because of game 3 and we've won.
Yeah.
But Laurie needs to wind the clock back fucking 3 weeks ago. Right?
3 days ago.
3 days ago. You know what I mean? And just go, do I want to go through this shit again? Or do I just want to go, come back, fuck yous all, sail into the sunset, do what he was doing before, fuck around with us on the tab, and just don't have that stress. Like he's a 50, he pushed the 60, 56-year-old man, just wants to relax with his family. You know, Loz, he's a cruisy dude.
But Mace.
Maybe this has got him back.
But Mace. Geez, that feeling of lifting a trophy
fucking
must be,
get it. I get it. It could dissipate everything that everyone said, and maybe the second time round he might be used to it. The fire, whatever you like. You know what I mean?
Like the last
the theatre of origin. I think he wasn't used to it because 12-17 when he coached, it wasn't fucking as crazy as it was now.
I want to get you this too. This is
just social
morning after reaction.
Sorry, social media. I saw that one. Yeah. Where from 12-17, social media wasn't it? Social media just. I think 2012 Instagram just come out and there was no podcast. There was nothing. Now everyone's got a fucking thing to say.
Well, he did, when the journos sit outside the hotel and they get the morning after footage. I watched one yesterday of him and his words were along the lines of, because he did Big Sports Breakfast Thursday morning.
Let's listen to this and then you can elaborate. This is Grubby talking to.
Go up there and do that. I sit there and I talk to people and they'd ask me why. Why do you love Loz so much as a coach? I said, because he believed in me. Yeah. That's all you need in life sometimes. That's what they needed to do last night. They had belief that they could go up there and win a decider in Suncorp. You brought us into a side, Hocko and I, to try and bet a team that had won for 8 years. I didn't believe it at the start that we could win. But then after that, it wasn't about the game plan and our defensive systems. It was belief and wanting to play for someone. And that's all it is sometimes, for me anyway. And that's why I love it. Not many people would have believed in us.
I love hearing that, Grubby.
Where's Dusty, old Loz?
No sleep.
Good, good.
No sleep.
I don't know.
You don't have to say anything, mate. I'm just saying, like, it's hard. Sometimes that's all it takes. You just need one person look you in the eye and say, I believe in you, mate. And for me, like, I just knew I could go out there and do a job for my state, but because of you. So don't ever take that for granted, ever. No.
Fucking oath, Grub.
Fuck, I love Grubby. He's so
Yeah. And Loz, I love how he said you don't have to say anything, Loz. Just copy flowers, mate. Because it was emotional for him, right? Because as I said at the start, people fucking forgot who Laurie Daly fucking
That
is.
gave me goosebumps still. It gives me goosebumps every time I listen to it.
Because when you go back 8 in a row, that 2014 team was unstoppable, and he brought Hocko and Reynolds in. You didn't bring fucking, it's not Stewart and Daly. It's not fucking Andrew Johnson, Freddie Filler. Yeah. You brought Hogginson and Josh Reynolds in. No disrespect to these two, but they,
Even then, even Grubby.
Grubby knows. He goes, fuck, Grubby told me, he goes, what am I doing here?
But to the point of him being on Big Sports Breakfast, his words were, I got up, did Big Sports Breakfast where I feel comfortable.
Yeah. He's also doing Morning Glory this morning on SEM with Maddie. So I'm so intrigued. So
write a book, Laurie.
Maddie was the first person, and I said this to Maddie last night. We had him on the show, and I said, Maddie, go on back after game 2. He had a conversation with Loz, and he was talking about it on Cooper they do their show for the backstage, and he goes, I'm getting a different feel from Laurie. Like there's something different in his voice. He goes, I've still got my concerns on selections, and he's because. When I talk about selections, whether it was doing the show with you, doing it with Fletch, talking to Matty, listening to Joey, all of yous had key position changes, right? Everyone across the board, Origin greats, guys that have been there, and he basically said that Loz is sticking with him, and there's a different steel in him, and he's clearly shown that.
He's got it in him.
And talking his talk after the presser, which I find super entertaining.
Yeah, even I watched it.
Yeah. So, it was.
If he chooses to go back around, would you be happy with Loz? Or would you be surprised?
Well, so I don't go for New South Wales. So
just say all the shit that he's been through. Just you speaking as a neutral.
As a neutral, I'd like to see him just sign out on a win.
I think after everything's clear.
Because I still got heavy criticism over a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know. We all do. Yeah. Like, let's not forget about it. I know he went up there and done the job and everything like that. But at the end of the day, does Laurie want to go through it again? I think it was an insurmountable amount of pressure, right, that he didn't expect. Right, and because of society and how everything's changed and this podcast and all that sort of shit, blah, blah, blah. When he was coaching, I said before, none of this shit was around.
Wasn't as hectic,
it was not as crazy. He just sort of go in there, coach, fucking blah, 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 blah. Nothing said. Like, it is the blowtorch of blowtorches applied at your fucking feet.
Here's another part of it, right? With the beauty, and we're new media, right? The benefit that we have on this show is like we've got you that lived and breathed it, right?
Yeah.
Like, so your opinion matters. I get to have my opinion by doing this with you, and then I played at a certain level, but we all know each other's we know each other's levels. The difference between what Laurie went through back in those days is people with platforms on mainstream were only guys with runs on the board.
Yeah.
So you can, like, even if there was criticism, sometimes you just have to cop it. Like, Laurie's gone through an era now, and he's getting used to it over the last couple of years where you don't have to have runs on the board to critique him. And imagine, like, guys like Freddie and Laurie going through that, sitting there watching even guys like me, Mason, who'd never played rep footy, have strong
critiquing
comments,
him,
have a bit of, get a bit cheeky, watch presses, have my opinion, and then there are others that just haven't even lived it, haven't even played first grade. That's something that he has had to deal with this series that he wouldn't have dealt with in
and we've done things with Loz, and like Loz, like he's very he don't watch that much footy. He don't watch a little bit. Like he said, he watches like Canberra, and like, he lives a chilled life. He's not used to this shit. He just come out of fucking nowhere and went, I'll fucking coach the Blues. He did not expect this fucking just intensity around it, right? Because of a couple of decisions he made, because of a couple of the way that we played, everything like that. It was just like, fuck, the last 6 weeks has just been nothing but Hammer and Laurie. And a lot of journos coming out. Imagine that'd be hard to cop. Just from the journos. But they do their own job. But critiquing his coaching and stuff like that, I get it. Everyone's got their own, everyone can say whatever they want these days.
Yeah.
I get it with all the journos and all that sort of shit, but some get a little bit too personal, where they're probably the ones that he's having a crack at, who personally attacked his character and all that sort of shit. I'm not sure who they are. Couldn't give a fuck either. But they're the guys that he's having a crack at. But guys on 360 and stuff like that, that's their job. I get it, right? Bulldog and fucking, who's the other gorgeous guy? Crawley. That's their job.
Reedy. Sorry.
Yeah, Reedy. That's their job to have a bit of a say. Not saying it carries any weight. No one really gives a shit, but that's their job. Right? I get it.
And he would have expected that those are the only versions of criticism that he would have copped that wouldn't have been in the past. Origin players on Fox on
but when he's
Channel
listening
9.
to Matty Johnson, Fletch and Heine and all that, when they're talking about footy, he'd be like, okay, I'll listen to these guys. But when you're hearing journos try and critique your coaching, you just don't give a fuck at all. You do not care at all what they're saying. You care about obviously your peers and everything like that, and people who have played the game and all that sort of shit. No one else.
I'm so intrigued. So that he'll be on in about an hour and a half. I'm thinking the only other part, just with Laurie and whether he goes again next year, I wonder if there's a conversation between him, Nathan, and Ivan about if Ivan really wants to do it the following year. And if he does,
handover sort of stuff. So Laurie's leads it, but Ivan's in camp.
No, just as in, all right, I'm going to go one more year because Ivan, it'd be difficult to have a stopgap.
Go again, Loz.
Coach
After a win too.
After a win. I'd imagine that feeling.
Go again, Loz. And shout out to Brett White, Boyd Cordner, and Matty King.
Yeah.
They fucking copped it big time.
Everyone copped.
Everyone copped it. Laurie was just the face of it, right? He's obviously the buck salts with him. He's head coach, but those other two, they were getting fucking slungshot out of there straight away. Weren't even fucking getting a look in. Now, they're part of the winning squad.
Yep.
I'd run it back. I would. And then, Cleary, can you coach?
Yeah.
Come in there and then you do your thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that'd be the
I wonder
right
if
thing
they'd
to do.
consider it for a year rather than changing to just a one-off for someone and then eventually the pressure.
Ask me to call emergency services.
Oh, not you, Siri.
Siri, shut the fuck up.
Siri. Hey, Siri.
Hey,
who's
Siri.
the coach of New South
Hey,
Wales?
Siri, is Laurie going to coach next year? Shut up.
Yeah, so that's where I think maybe he considers it with a conversation. You could tell that embrace with Nathan meant a whole heap. And
I think,
the last person I want to talk about.
sorry, I just want to say one last thing. Me personally, if I was Loz,
Yep.
I'm saying run it back, Loz, but I wouldn't. I'd just be like, I got the job done.
Yep.
See you later.
No, I'm just waving.
Yeah, see you later. He got the job done. See you get I've got it. Whatever. Bought back against the wall. All that sort of shit mentality. Boys come out and got it done for me. See you later.
Love it.
Let's go back to tab and radio. Big Sports Brekkie. That looks way less stressful. And now he's got a story to tell. He can fucking roll with this for the next 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go Loz. Write a book, mate.
Yeah, do the circuit, do the junkets.
Do it all. You deserve it.
Yeah. Mate, he should. I've always talked about.
Do a movie about him.
I've always talked about preparation with going into presses.
Yeah.
He should have preparation now going into all the media stuff like receipts. Hey, didn't you? Weren't you questioning so and so?
So this live reaction video of my team list, mates.
Yeah,
And the
shit
next-
like that.
Yeah, I fucking was.
Us at the Tab Christmas party.
Yeah.
Hey, Loz.
Oh, hey, Loz.
I just wasn't happy with it. Loz.
Maybe we wouldn't get a lift home again.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any more flowers left too? Have we got one more bouquet? Can I give this man his flowers as well?
Yeah. Who?
Isaiah Yo.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I don't think there's been I haven't seen hardly anything. Now, I haven't been able to deep dive and go through every sort of show that's been presented or podcast, but nothing that has been noticeable. And I think the reason why is his personality.
Yeah.
Isaiah Yo has been another person, not only, well, even by yourself at times, Mace, by Matty, Fletch. I go through all the names again because all the similar sort of critiques and criticisms around the team, selections, hardly anyone had Isaiah Yeo as the starting lock and captain for all 3 games because of how good Cameron Murray has been and was again in the decider.
Yeah.
But he also had to deal with that sort of criticism.
Yep.
He also had to sit there in presses with Loz under the pump in game 2 when they got smacked, in game 1 when a lot of people put an asterisk next to that performance.
Yep.
And the reason I don't think he gets enough love, and the reason, and I've talked about it at length on this podcast, he went up a number of notches for me after I watched the Panthers documentary around their streaks. There's a couple of documentaries, and I tell people this all the time. If you've got a spare couple of hours during the off-season, just go on what you'll get an appreciation for who Yowie is for the Panthers, that dynasty, and why it doesn't matter who's coach for New South Wales, whether it's Freddie, Madge for a season, or Laurie. Yowie's one of the first pick, mate.
Yeah.
Because he's rock solid. He handles defeat well. He's all class. Let's even go back to that Jason Tomolo 300th game, Mace, where he was at the front of the line waiting for everyone to celebrate. He's absolutely class personified, and he was probably benefited by Loz copping so much as a coach, and the pressure that was on Nathan to perform for his legacy.
Yeah.
But what Yoey's done over the last, he's won 2 series now up in Queensland as a decider. He was part of that team.
Yeah, fucking oath. He's been part for the last 6 years, mate.
And when you look at the stats, here's why I wanted to get the stats to sort of back up the eye test from watching it. He didn't change his game at all. In fact, in the biggest criticism that people have had on Isaiah Yeo is around Nathan and the Panthers system and the block for blocks and all that sort of stuff. Game 1, 12 carries for 93 metres, 15 receptions. So it's for 15 receptions, he's had 12 runs. And we talked about this in the lead up to it, right? It just the eye test was a little bit different in the
because you have 3 locks on the field sometimes.
Exactly, right? Game 2, 12 carries for 84 metres, 16 receptions. So only 4 times he passed. In this game, he actually passed more, but he did have more carries because he played more minutes. 16 for 117, 21 receptions. So
that's just getting Nate the ball, but
it's not different at all, is my point, right? There was no change of style. He plays his role. He knows what his role is. He understands Nathan better than anyone and how to get Nathan in the game and when to pull back.
Yep.
Defensively, he's as sound as anyone in the competition. 39 tackles in game 1, 0 misses. 32 tackles in game 2, 1 miss. 38 and 1 miss in game 3. He's as clean as it comes defensively. And when we talk about the strength of the Panthers dynasty, it's the middle. You've got hitters, but the control that they have and the attention to detail, he has it in every part of his game. And I'm just so happy for him as well because this was a huge game for him. I think in the pecking order, he's probably 3 for me, like I mentioned. Nathan needed to have this game first and foremost. Loz needed it to just get the monkey off the back and all the pressure that was associated with Loz going into this. And then I think you got to go to the captain next and Isaiah Yeo, and I just want to give him his flowers.
Yeah, I think Yoey was only... I was never going to put him out of the side.
No, you're front row.
Front row.
Yeah.
Because I know he plays genuinely like a front rower anyway. Front rowers do that. If I can get the ball about 15 times, I'll probably pass out the back about 3 or 4 maybe. Yep. So he plays like a genuine front rower anyway. I just think there's a couple of seasons there where he did come off the bench with the Jake Trbojevic a couple of years ago, just nailed it.
Yep.
Simplified his role because he's so fit and because he goes after it all the time and he can get after those quick play the balls like Payne Haas and that. I was just thinking tactically. And then I've got Cam Murray, who's the best lock in the world. I still think that.
Yep.
He can add another dimension. But Cam Murray off the bench adds another dimension. It's a hard one to get because you got Yoey who can do those things. And then I think Mitch Barnett played his best Origin. And where I come back to iron sharpens iron, he would have known after fucking game 1 or game 2, they could be putting me back to the bench. I don't want to go back to the bench. Start me. Went back to club level. Killed it, earned his spot back, and then he come out in this game, him and Payne Haas, fucking near unstoppable through the middle.
Just quickly on Mitch Barnett, he's the only person I think in New South Wales history to win 3 games in a row at Suncorp. That's a weird stat, eh?
That's great.
or maybe not the only person in New South Wales
Say
history.
that again, sorry?
So Mitch Barnett, there was a stat that popped up yesterday or that I saw that he's won.
3 deciders.
He's 3 not deciders, 3 games. The last 3 games at Suncorp, Mitch Barnett's played in and they've won all 3.
Just keep
Correct,
picking him.
because game 1 last year,
Would
game
Mitch
3.
Moses have done the same?
Mitch Moses is
Yeah,
the only
yeah, Mitch-
undefeated
but-
halfback. I mean, half.
But everything you said
He's
about
coming up next too.
everything
by
you
the
said
way,
about
Mitch
Yowie, class personified,
Yeah.
everything about him, love it.
Yeah.
Leadership, all that sort of stuff. Mine was about tactics. I was either going to have him off the bench or start at front row.
Yeah, but you weren't the only one, Mace. Like
Yeah, because no one was ever going to have Yowie out of their side. Everyone just fucking tinker with it a little bit because our attack looks fucking stupid.
So here's my point on the trickle down effect of the pressure.
Yeah.
Like, because all the conversations start with selections. You look at it, right? Like, if you're going to make a change, Mitch Moses, Nathan Cleary, is it working? Does that work? Do we need more of a ball runner? All that stuff. And you sort of go through a number of different changes, and almost everyone had your change, Mace. Yowie either to front row or to the bench because of the success that Jakey had a couple of years ago. But for most people, in talking points, it was always like the 3rd or 4th talking point. By the time you got to like big decisions.
Yeah, he was like, oh, why's our attack? Well, it's Cleary and it's like Moses, and then the 9. Oh yeah, then we need to change the lock.
Yeah.
But like what Cam Murray adds from the bench is going to suck for him. You know what I mean? It's going to be a detriment to Cam Murray because Yowie ain't going to give that spot up easy for another, I reckon, year or 2.
I wonder what's the difference in their ages are.
I reckon about 4 years.
Maybe 2, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, Cam Murray's been around for a minute, man.
Yeah, I think Yowie's 32.
Who are you looking at?
Both 28 and Yo's 31.
3 years.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, so yes, they've been around for a minute, but yeah, I think what he does off the bench, I don't know. He comes on and just plays massive minutes. He's a connect through he knows exactly his role, right?
Yeah.
He can play anywhere, massive minutes, throw him in a fucking middle, lock, back row, whatever it is. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's a fucking gun, right? And there's not many people like that. Yowie couldn't come off the bench and do what Cam Murray does. I honestly don't think so. I think he just starts.
But you said he
could, but like you can't do what Cam Murray does.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's a different sort of player, better leg speed, all that sort of stuff, you know?
I think the version of the new changing of the rules have helped Cam Murray and the explosion that he has.
Fucking because they're fit and they don't stop. Same as Yowie. Yowi's the war. It's a war of attrition, right? They don't stop.
You know the beauty of these two, and it's going to be it's an appreciation. You don't have the full appreciation. Yeah, they get all the raps and they deserve all the raps. But I think when we look back on this era and these two go on head to head against each other for consideration of when you look back on who was the best lock, and because of the achievements that Yowi's had
and club football,
but like the love and admiration that people have for Cam Murray as well.
It's hard. It's hard because like both are two of the greatest humans you'll ever meet, right? And great players. And it's just going to be like who was the better. It's going to be subjective.
Very subjective.
Back to your fucking word, subjective.
Yep.
It's either you like Cam Murray, you like Yowie, I like Cam Murray, fucking whatever.
Yep.
Don't start a fight over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because like if we like and this is the point. You're a Cam Murray guy.
Yeah.
And I'm an Isaiah.
But I like Yowie as well.
And,
you know what I mean?
And I love Cam Murray.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't hate both these guys.
Yeah.
I want them both in the team.
Yeah.
The only way I wanted both in the team was starting fucking Yowie.
And I would have even found a way for Victor Radley, to be honest. Like, I love
You just
Victor
can't play
Radley.
three fucking
I
locks.
think they're all three. They all play the same position.
Start him at 9.
Completely different, and they're all effective.
How'd Robson go? How'd
Robson,
that boy Robson? He went all right, didn't
Reece Robson went good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Reece Robson was another guy that
he? He was under the pump.
He was under the pump. But yeah, I think more of the sort of, and I would even consider Robson a role player, even though he's in a spine position, because you just wanted to see Robson stand and deliver and make his tackles, and if Robson only gets critiqued for New South Wales when they have to be creative and they're chasing points, and they won't. It wasn't that sort of game. So the critiques around Robson weren't going to be there with that style of game. The next person I want to talk about is Mitch Moses.
Sorry, can we just bring up stats for our middles, just while we're talking here? Like stats, I just want to see what Payne and all that sort of ran for.
Yeah, it weren't crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy. I think about 120 or
It
something.
wasn't a big meter eater.
They were hard meters.
Yeah.
That game was quality, man. When I went and watched it yesterday, I was like, fuck.
So
it's a
what exactly do you want to know? I've got game 3.
I don't know.
right
I
in
just,
front of me.
want, I just want to know how many meters
So
Mitchy
Payne,
Barnett and
17
Payne.
for 128.
Yeah, so I was thinking 120.
Mitch Barnett, 12 for 74. Huddy Young, 22 for 136. Yowie had 16 for 117.
Yeah, okay. OBs?
No one on the bench exploded. Bradman Best was the best because he had that big,
he had that big run.
He had 80 metres, but aside from that, he would have been 13 for, say, 120 without it. Teddy was on his way before halftime, 14 for 100. It wasn't like...
No. It wasn't a big, like... Cause, yeah, why was that?
Probably more points, a little bit more stop-start.
Yeah.
There were 4 people concussed throughout the game.
It didn't flow. Like some
was no
things...
flow.
That works better for the big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I think Payne and Mitch Barnett's start was out of control. I think they missed Lindsay Collins.
Yeah, it's a good
I
shout.
honestly do.
Yeah.
Like he's a big body and he fucking goes at it.
I've got critiques for Queensland coming up after this. Like there's some parts that you got to be fair. You got to call it how you see it. I had 2 big decisions through for Billy, which I want to address. So remind me if
Laurie
we
out
forget
coach
about that.
Billy.
Taking notes.
Mitch Moses. Mitch Moses. Again, this is another part of the game. A more, I wouldn't say a minor detail because it was definitely noticed by a lot of people. Mate, those first couple of sets, 20, 25 metres, and how often were we
17
saying,
metres.
Yeah, when we were like, he was absolutely hammering the ball 50, 60 metres.
I didn't realise it until I watched it yesterday. Like the first 4 sets, 20 metres, 22 metres, 17 metres, this, that, and then they were catching it on their 20 to 30.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, he saved us big time. They were still getting really good meterage, like getting back to the 30 or 40, getting into attacking kick again, and then bashing the shit out of us again. And then that happened like 4 or 5 times until we got a fucking penalty to relieve it. But those kicks, man, were they 50, 60 on the fly?
Fuck, they were long.
Were they? So from the 25, and they'll catch it on the, I don't know how many, fucking 50 easy on the fly.
Yeah.
60 if you had to let it bounce.
Well, you just think about the performance that Nath had in the first 20, 25 minutes.
Just
To your point, Lukey, and we'll bring it back. There were a lot of people that were, again, without knowing for certain, that Nath was asked who would prefer to have in the halves because a lot of people were calling for Ethan Strange.
Surely they would ask Nath.
You'd think so.
Fuck.
You think if he was genuinely under the pump, now you'd have to be under the pump if you had a coach that was going to be there the following season. So I don't know if that narrative is fully correct. But if you were to ask Nath and the way that the game looked, because Nath didn't really have a kick, it didn't feel like for the first sort of 15 to 20 minutes, but his run game was on. So it allowed him to be on ball, concentrate on run, and almost
defense.
Mitchell playing a more traditional 7 role, and Nathan played the 6, like ball running.
I was confused. Like they just. I love it when both halves, and I don't notice who's the half and 5'8". That's when you know you're working well, right? The 5'8's doing, he's running here. The halfback's doing this, doing block shape, this kicking. They just look pretty even out there.
Yeah,
and that's what you want to do. You don't want to see your left side. Your 5'8" predominantly stuck on the left side of the field where Mitch Moses, he needs to run around. So does Cleary, right? And they finally found the balance.
Yeah, for sure. Is anything else you wanted to add?
To my point on that was the clear conversation between the two of them. How do we complement each other's games the best?
Yeah. Do you think they would have had conversations going into it? Like Nath goes to him,
how do we
kick the shit out of this to begin the game?
But most of it would have been...
Then once they get into good ball, I'll come in and I'll take some kicks.
Where do you want me? Like Yowie would have been a big part of that.
Yep.
Yowie come in and the 3 or 4 times he did pass the ball was when we fucking near scored. Right, he'd come out there just for that block shape and then Cleary out the back. Then Cleary, when he'd come up to the left side, he'd early ball to Moses, right? It wasn't fucking coming in, ducking on someone else, lead runner, then Moses out the back. He don't do that. Moses don't do out the back shit. Right? He can, but it's like, give me early ball, then he can do stuff with his back rower and Bradman Best on that left side because their right side was very susceptible. I reckon Bradman Best was fucking carving up. Get me the ball quick, right? because their line speed is massive. But by the time it gets to the second receiver, even if you're playing from the right side of the post, he comes around, block. Cleary got the ball, just boom, bang, straight to Moses, who's on the other side of the post. Then he can play. Don't just take, because the more steps that you take, if I take 2 steps, that means they're taking fucking 2 meters. That's 2 meters off time for Moses, right? He doesn't want to get hit. He needs to play a little bit. So I think they worked that out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. So big game for him as well. Now he's been a part of in key positions. There are a couple of players that have been involved in the last couple of series.
They backed him.
Yeah.
He was under the pump, mate. They all were.
Yeah.
Goes back to your 06 revelation.
06.
2006.
Oh, the Lockie.
Like when when people getting tapped on the shoulder, you lose this, boy. She's going to be changes because you've got people in position ready to take your position.
Yeah.
Yep. And they all went, oh, fuck that. I want to be part of this for another 3 years.
Another person that this has now been quite common over the last couple of days, the opinion of Liam Martin, if fit, should be picked for New South Wales.
Whenever he's fit.
Yeah. Statistically, again, similar to, and the comparison, it's the ultimate compliment. Fletch said this yesterday, comparing him to the Nate Miles of Queensland during that run. If he's fit and ready to go, statistically, it doesn't matter what he's doing at club level. Doesn't matter if he looks a little bit off. Once you put him in that blue jersey, once you put Nate in that maroon jersey, they just step up.
He's an animal, mate. He's an animal. That's why we were dumbfounded in game 2 when you had a fit Liam Martin and you still didn't pick him. That's what another, that loaded the more pressure on Laurie.
Yeah.
He'll know next year if he's fit. You got to pick him, mate. We all know that what he can do. Like I don't give a shit if he's played 1 game or 2 games. I saw enough in the 1 or 2 games that he played. He got through 80 minutes. That's all you need. Give him the blue jersey. Sit him on the right edge.
Did he get 2 games before?
He got 2 games. 80-minute games. He did.
Yeah. No, not 80 minutes the first game, I don't believe. 60,
the second game, he pumped
80.
out 80. That proved to me he should be in.
Yeah.
And I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah.
He probably would have got the Wally Lewis medal if Cleary didn't get it. That's how much I rate him.
Yeah. And then again, stats. Do you want the stats to back up?
35 tackles. No.
Go.
20,
have a guess at his stats.
28 tackles. 10 hit-ups. Probably 90 metres.
8 carries, 47 metres.
Yes.
14 post contact. 40 tackles. 7 misses.
Drop him now.
But what about there's 2 or 3 tackles that stand out for me. But the one that I thought was again like a trickle effect, and you don't know. Like again, it's a hypothetical, but the back end of the half, this is where snowball effect. Something can happen in a game where you just start to get momentum.
Yeah.
Queensland get the ball back. They've got a little bit of momentum. It was sort of halted by the Brit Nikora elbow to the, which was a soft.
Did you like that?
No, not for Origin.
No, did you like that? What he did?
Boom over Teddy. And
yeah, but he stared down it. I love that.
Well, you know what?
I love Teddy, but like
I think
I would have fucking automatically punched him in the head if I was New South Wales.
I love the theatre of it. I love the theatre of it for Britain. I think the stare down got him a little bit too fired up, which led to the penalty as well.
I love it. I fucking love everything that he did, like Nikora.
Yeah.
But
you also
for New South Wales hat on, I would have fucking that's our
Birdie was losing his shit.
Oh, I would have, Well, that's our old school coming out, and it's just like you fucking knocked out. Like, I look at Teddy as one of the captains. He's been captain for ages. It's like fuck off. He was out cold, and it looked illegal, but it wasn't. The elbows to Bostock.
It was a penalty.
Yeah, but he got penalty for Bostock.
Sorry, on Bostock.
Fucking Teddy was sweet, but that was all right. But the elbows to Bostock, I thought that was play on.
Yeah, for Origin play on.
Yeah. I was just like, it's just a fucking real aggressive play from an aggressive player. I said, you got to let that shit slide. Then we get the penalty. They were in really good field position too.
Just
on the
starting
third
to get
tackle.
momentum. Just starting to get momentum. It was just after the hammer try as well. So there's a little bit of doubt creeping in around that time. And so
thanks, Klein.
Speaking of doubt, let's get to the Jack Bostock has said after the game that he didn't touch it.
So I believe you. I believe you, Jack. Hey, Jack, I believe you.
The NRL have come out.
Good politician.
The NRL have come out straight after the game and said that they believed that there was a touch, that it was the wrong decision.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Did it cost them the game? I think it was a massive fucking big, like
We know it's huge. We can both appreciate it's a huge
part,
moment.
and I just
Yeah.
went, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, and when I slowed it down, and this is what really gets me. Like, you went up and you went to the fucking, whatever they call it. Bunker.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. Go up to the bunker, and then you have a look at it, clearly see Bostock's hand like that, and just
Flick it.
flicks, goes forward into him, knocks, whatever. Double knock on. Come back.
Yep.
That's what
Scrum.
That's what you look at. Simple. Great run, Bradman Best. Well deserved. I'm cheering. I didn't want anything callback. No callbacks. No callbacks. I think he said that. No callbacks. No callbacks as he ran. Yeah, but like that's why the bunker's there, to make big decisions like that. They didn't have the balls to pull the trigger.
And now the integrity of the bunker. And
Fucking. Who was in the bunker?
So did you hear
Butler.
the issues with the bunker with the Telstra outage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking
had a little-
shut up. You
they're
would have to be blind not to see you didn't knock that on.
Well,
Nah,
Telstra-
so what they're saying is the communication between the bunker because of the Telstra outage.
Shut. I'm
Yeah.
not buying that shit.
because there's this other angle that they had.
Yeah.
That,
So they're saying there's a corner post angle, right, to support that there was a gap on the angle when we're looking at the flick of the finger, which shows Jojo Fafita is actually the reason that the finger is bent. Now,
just show it then. Like surely, like Telstra's back up now.
Yeah, so if the NRL have come out after,
Telstra's Wi-Fi is so shit.
are you
Their
with
fault.
Telstra?
Yeah, it's fucked around, Maroubra.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Done. I'm going to go to
Unless they want to sponsor us, then
Nah.
of course then we're back on board.
No,
Yeah.
I go to Optus.
Shout out to Optus if you want to sponsor us as well. So that was, I've found those comments interesting. I've said this for a long time now. Chris Butler was the guy I was complaining about on the weekend with the dub.
He was the third. He was the
official.
He's the bunker. He's the bunker.
He was the bunker official on the Milky Jenkins double movement. He was the bunker official in not overturning the Dolphins versus Knights short kickoff
So that man's on a different page
than everyone else.
than
mate.
everyone else. He's making his own fucking rules up.
But you know what? So because he's in the bunker and Chris Butler has predominantly been doing
I like his decisions, but
because he
especially this one.
they don't show faces for bunker officials in the corner of the screen.
No, they should.
So
Like the
Ashley
World Cup.
Klein cops a lot of the strays, and
Yeah.
that's a part of the refereeing. Like
Klein don't care. He's gangster.
well, I think a part of that is like refs want to, like, we've talked about the ego of referees, like growing up, having big moments.
Yeah, you love it when you're on the front
sending
page.
someone sending someone
love it.
off
Yeah.
and being, the ultimate was Bill Harrigan. With Chris Butler, mate, he gets away with a lot of stuff that you've got to be a diehard fan. Like, mate, how many games you watch every game every week? You still don't know who's in the bunker, right?
I don't even know
that's
what
a
Chris
part-
Butler looks like.
Exactly.
I just know his name.
That's exactly my point. He has
'Cause of you.
made huge decisions and a lot of
Yeah.
bad calls for a long time now. Even going back to Origin 1. So remember my big thing with
Was he in the ear of the
he's been with Ashley Klein in every big
Yeah,
game, mate.
settle down, mate.
I know, but this is the frustration.
Yeah, you hate him.
Not everyone understands.
Yeah, I
this.
got you.
So
Oh,
this is why you've got to talk about it.
Go.
Like, even though I disagreed with Ashley Klein overruling him because we had not seen anything like that, and going back to that decision, that for me that was a genuine 50-50 decision on a call like that. So he gets leeway. I was against Ashley Klein overruling him because I'd never seen an example of that. Yeah. But I made it clear during that same game he completely got the Cam Murray no try before halftime wrong as well.
What do you reckon that was?
Remember when Cam Murray went to
Yeah.
go? Yeah, and we made it clear that it should have been 20-12 going into halftime because Cam Murray should have scored that try under the post. There should have been a kick. So before all the
Yeah. No, I thought you were talking about the third game.
I
thought you were talking about the third game. I was like, what
no.
did he do then?
Yeah, so this is
Go. Yeah, I get
this is
that.
video referee
I know.
tangent.
I remember.
Yeah, I think he comes up with howlers week after week after week, and the problem is
You got the receipts, mate.
he is the number one bunker official, so he does roughly minimum of 2 to 3 games per week, and he does all the big games too.
Well, he should be sacked if he keeps coming up with dog shit calls like this. Like, surely there's someone better than him.
But see,
Or just get better, Butler.
How hard is it? You look at a screen, you see what's happening.
This
and
is
then you
why
make the wrong call.
people like Hoz lose his shit because it's like you're staring at a fucking unless he does not know the rules.
he clearly knows the rules.
You know,
Well, he clearly doesn't.
Yeah, he clearly knows the rules, but his interpretations of the way he views the rules have been way off.
I've only like one interpretation, the Bradman Best one, and Milky Jenkins. I didn't mind that, but that was clearly wrong.
Well, to your point, it's a bit of a full circle. If Ashley Klein is overriding him, even Ashley Klein knows that your point, he's making howlers.
Yeah, Klein just gives it.
Do
to
you get
us.
my point?
Yeah, I do get your
So
point.
he's
on that.
like, oh, this guy's got a howler in him.
I don't
I've got to
know.
overrule
I
this.
don't. Yeah.
Ooh, I like
He's
that.
like, I don't even.
like that.
I'm going up.
You've got me
a
reassessing my take on
conspiracy.
actually. Yeah, you've got me.
All right, they're in cahoots.
No, they're
Not in
not saying
cahoots.
they're
The
in
opposite.
cahoots.
The opposite.
So he
Ashley-
thinks like he knows his
Ashley
decision is
doesn't
going to be
Ashley-
totally opposite.
Ashley knows and has seen reps where he's copped the brunt of it being the on-field official and gone, this guy fucks it up every now and again.
Butler's good.
You can't
Butler's
have it
good.
both ways.
Great take.
Butler's
can't have
good for
great
one.
Yeah, you've convinced me. I'm giving.
Oh, Jimmy Butler's got one.
I'm giving my man AK half a pass now for that original take on game one. No, I noticed on the weekend as well. I was watching a game where a referee, I think it was Adam G or Grant Atkins, two of the more senior referees were communicating with the bunker. There's not the trust that you would associate or should be in place with what's happening with the bunker and the referees at the moment. And I just want to make this one thing clear because people have been talking about scrapping the bunker. No,
you can't.
no, you can't. You've just got to get it fucking like if you have all those views and
Angles,
angles, and you have 3 people in a bunker, and this is the way that it's been explained to me by a number of people. So Chris Butler's the head official. Then there is another senior official on-field referee that's with him to help him out to make this decision. And apparently there's an ex-NRL player who sits in there as well to give the bunker official advice.
Who the fuck is that?
It's a number of different people, half a dozen different NRL players, ex-NRL players.
You wouldn't put your name to it either, sitting with refs.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't put my name to it if I was there. Just keep anonymous NRL player.
But you know what? You almost have to though. If you're making decisions like this and everyone's like, I don't know.
I'm going to be someone like Luke Patton. The general.
Yeah, I know the general used to do
Him or Jamie Feeney.
All right, that's it for the main part for the New South Wales team. There was, so many great contributors. If there's any of the sort of unsung heroes that you want to give a shout out for the New South Wales, let us know in the comments and we'll address them. Let's move over to Queensland. 2 series in a row now that Billy Slater has lost, and there has been, I guess, New South Wales media journos that have been of the opinion that now Billy should be copping flack for not getting it done. He was favourite heading into a decider at Suncorp. Now he's lost 2 series at Suncorp.
The Mecca.
This doesn't change my opinion at all. I want to make this as clear as possible. I think Billy Slater is an elite coach. He got beaten in Game 3. He got beaten in the series. I thought there was some favourable calls that went New South Wales' way, which led to the defeat. Going back to Game 1, even the Bradman Best, it doesn't mean that I think that Queensland would have won the game. But as you know, Mace, momentum, all that sort of thing, completely changes the makeup of the game, and that becomes a hypothetical. Two really big parts of Billy Slater where I thought I critiqued it after game one. Big decisions that he made, selections that he made where I would have done opposite. First one was Reece Walsh. I was so surprised that he didn't have Reece Walsh in game one. And then therefore, with that huge decision that happened to Kalen Ponga, who knows, again, it's a hypothetical, if it changes anything, or even if he puts him on the field, we'll never know. But to not have Reece Walsh over Ezra Mam and Gemet Shibasaki in game one, I thought was highly questionable.
Seemed personal.
Not personal. I think it was a bit of a kick up the backside to Walshy because you know he's got a high opinion of him and they're super close.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's personal. I don't think it's like either giving him.
It was a personal message.
Personal message.
It was a message.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's personal. It wasn't picking him on out of form or anything like that. It's just like, hey, this is what I need you to fix before you get into this team.
Yeah,
because he obviously has high standards
for sure. But aside from all of that, and again, like this is where I want to make this totally clear too. I can't not sit back and praise Billy for huge decisions like we did in game 1 and 2. But I would have, if I'd done things differently and I was controlling a team that had Reece Walsh as an option, not even saying that he should have been the fullback, just saying like, fuck, he would have been great covering a 6-man bench. Maybe that's something he looks back in hindsight and goes, we'll never know because he did pick him in games 2 and 3. So maybe he thought that after game 1.
The best players in the world. How do you not
Maybe
do
he
that?
thought that after game 1. Fuck. I maybe missed that. That was a big opportunity to have Walshy on the bench. Put him the fullback. Don't have to shift hammer from the centres. Don't have to, like, Kurt Capewell got skinned in that game in the back end of that game by Tony Staggs. They go on a run. Who knows? Again, that's a big one that Billy Slater, I'm sure, will think about and consider and, critique himself because I know he's probably that sort of guy.
When we were speaking about coaching before, right? I mean, clearly he's a great coach, right? But you can't dictate and you can't get these players on the same level as you want them to be, right? Game 2 on a whole different level. Game 3, we're on a whole different level, right? And you can't coach that. They're all the little fucking nuances that you can't coach. You can give them so much information and everything like that, but then you've got to leave it to your players. And they just didn't. They just got outplayed. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't outcoached. He never gets outcoached or anything like that. I think the Walsh thing is just him. I don't know. I don't know his relationship with Walsh, but that was just him. He never gets.
I think you're right, mate. I think it was a message to him.
I think clearly it's a message
at the start.
It's like it's what he was doing at club level. It doesn't go into this, right? Your club level and what you do every day is what you are. And he would have heard reports out of the Brisbane camp, all that sort of shit. So I'm thinking that, but I don't think
just
Billy
getting a bit ahead of himself.
Yeah. Billy was never
bit of a check.
Yeah, Billy never gets out coached, right?
Yeah.
But you can't control the 17 players that you put on the field and what sort of intensity they come up with, and they just didn't match New South Wales. There's a couple little things that went against Billy, against Queensland that fucks up momentum and all that, and we know how important that is. You'd love a couple of those things back. Totally different game, but you can't control those things. So he never gets really out coached. I don't think he can.
Can I critique one more thing that he can control and coach and selections? I know he's got a great relationship with Trent Liero, and he's made people look silly in the last couple of years by selecting Trent Liero, and he's done a fine job. Like he's been a great contributor for Queensland for the last couple of years. But I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge Paddy Carrigan fan. And he is another guy. I view him similar to Yowie when I was talking about giving Yowie his flowers for Penrith.
Why pick him?
Man, you've got to have...
pick him?
You've got to have Paddy Carrigan in your team. If he's not in your 13, starting 13, which he would be for me, and I don't think the Paddy Carrigan selection will be different from Walshy for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But he has shifted Paddy to the bench for the last couple of years. I wonder if he's been trying to view Paddy as the Cam Murray, the second wave, to control that second wave.
I think he's
but
he's an 80. He's a 70-minute player in Origin and gets through some work.
Yeah.
The longer the game goes, the better Paddy Carrigan gets. He's not a 40-minute player.
Yeah.
because he becomes ineffective. He gets you at the back end of halves.
I think Paddy's adjusted to Origin even better than Yowie. Like, because as we know,
I love Paddy
Paddy
Carrigan.
dictates terms at Brisbane through the middle. But when he gets to Origin, he basically becomes another front rower. So even if you did have Ruben Cotter at lock or consider Trent Loiero off the bench, Paddy Carrigan as a starting front rower and maybe bring a Jersey Flegler off the bench or whatever it may be. But Paddy Carrigan, man.
Paddy's your lock, mate.
Again, and this is something that we won't have information on and we'll probably never know. Paddy didn't play a game leading into this and had an ankle injury. Did he see something throughout camp to think that, all right, Paddy, I'm a little bit worried whether Paddy can go 80, 60, 50 or whatever it is. And then the chaos of injuries that happened with Sam Walker clearly dictated getting Reece Walsh on and changed the plan, right? For sure, I can understand all that. But again, got to be fair. Like I call it how I see it. Paddy's a part of my best 13 for Queensland every time.
For Australia.
For Australia, you've got to have him on the field.
For 7,
and then whatever happens in the chaos that happens through injuries, then you figure that out. Maybe, again, going back to my point, I'm not walking it back, but I'm just saying we weren't in camp, so we don't know how Paddy's movements looked, how his ankle pulled up, all the rehab. He talked at length about it in the presses, mates, because I watch all this stuff.
I think he showed everything that he can play.
Yeah.
Sure, you're not putting him there it's not under 12 scare tactics.
So therefore, fucking get him on the field.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. I reckon their best team is Tino, Lindsay Collins, Nanai on the left edge, Ruben Cotter on the right, and Paddy at lock.
Say that again. I missed the start of it.
Tino,
Yep.
Lindsay Collins,
Yep.
Hooker
But
is...
Lindsay was unavailable for
I know.
selection.
This is just say for next year, whatever.
Okay, yep.
And then Nanai on the left edge,
Yep.
put Cotter at right edge,
Yep.
and start Paddy Carrigan at lock.
Okay.
That's
Yep, I'm happy with that.
my best, and Harry Grant at hooker, obviously. That's your best pack. That's a very well-balanced pack. They're good hitters, good ball players. That's what you need.
And then figure out the bench.
Yeah, figure out your bench. I think you can you can have a better side.
There's definitely an appreciation for Trent Lee, and when I say this, I don't want to downplay. I know how good Trent Loiero has been for the Melbourne Storm and even Queensland for the last couple of years. But there is details in Trent's game that Billy sees that I don't have in considering him over Paddy. So that was, again, like if we're going to be fair, Mace, and I've critiqued the hell out of Laurie throughout the series, those are two selections where I thought Billy could have helped the performances for Queensland on the field. So
100%. I agree.
Yep. I know he ended up coming, and I want to give him his flowers as well. Selwyn Cobbo.
Fucking played tough.
23 carries, 171 metres again. Now, on his stat sheet here, because I wanted to go have a look at it, they've got him down for 5 handling errors. I want to put a little asterisk next to these. So the first one was when he was sliding into touch, when he threw it back in the inside.
Yeah, don't count it.
He wasn't out.
Yeah.
He wasn't out. I thought the touchy and referee missed that. There hasn't been much chat on that. Me and Fletch were discussing yesterday whether there was a hand-on from Cam Murray when he got the ball one-on-one stolen from him. In my opinion,
maybe that.
it was just a touch.
Maybe.
But it's a huge. I'm not downplaying the importance of it from Nathan. Huge play. It's one of those ones where I'm okay with it because it's in the heat of the game. It was a slight touch and it was late, and you could see.
Unless they can freeze frame that.
That's very hard to pull that back. Very hard.
Come on, Bunker.
Very hard. No, not Bunker.
I'm
That's
joking.
got to be an on-field. That's got to be an on-field one. Yeah.
He should have stepped in, but.
And then he made a couple of errors late in the game under fatigue when backs was against the wall. I don't give a shit about that. I mean, I sort of do, but I don't, because Selwyn was, for me, he was the best player for Queensland throughout
He'll
the
get their player of the series.
For sure he will. Or him and Sam Walker, maybe. But
I think he will.
Sammy's game 3
Sammy's
was a
game
little
3,
bit all over the shop because of the head knock, which led to Reece Walsh being on the field, Mace. And
It's hard for him to get off. Like, I mean, I think Reece starts, right? All the time. I think next year he'll probably start, I reckon. KP, he's a great player, but like...
KP had a great series too.
Yeah, he had a great series. So it's like, fuck it. And it's just going to make Walsh, you'd think, just better.
Yeah.
you got to play good for club football. It doesn't matter about rep football. It doesn't matter what you did last year and you're in one of the greatest runs of all time and then into the Australian team and all that sort of shit. Starts a club. Yep. Your attitude, your habits, all that sort of shit. He would have got a fucking straight direct call to him going, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing this. That doesn't, you don't like that shit, Bill.
Well, that's why I think the time in camp for games 2 and 3 are going to be really important for Walshy's finish of the season.
He's 24 years old, man.
I think Walshy, despite the results for the Broncos, I think he explodes at the back end of the season. And hey, and in the second half, if there was a player that was on the field, you and Birdie were both saying this as well. We were talking about it. He looked the most dangerous out of anyone that was wearing a Queensland jersey.
Yeah, he just looked at levels above everyone pace-wise, right?
Yep.
And I was just like, oh, fuck him off. Get him off the field. Like, and because he come on the field when you just had no momentum, he didn't dictate anything.
No.
Thank fuck.
Yeah. And it was just before. I'll tell you 2 huge moments for Queensland. The obvious one is the touch, because then they had momentum going into that. Selwyn had scored his try off that deflection, and there was a bit of doubt creeping in for everyone involved in New South Wales. Everyone was a little bit worried after that Selwyn try. And then while she gets in, he has some nice moments. He's sort of just stepping up on both sides of the ruck. He's got Kalen. This is why Sam Walker's off the field, by the way. Kalen's popping up. Money's playing a more sort of traditional, like 13 role, like taking carries through the middle of the field. And Walshy was getting involved in a lot of things. And then obviously Bradman Best streaks away, and it just killed all the momentum.
It did.
And then I think
it fucking did.
I think even when Walker came back on, they actually took Kalen to the bench for a little bit, and then they had them all 4 on at one time. A huge part of what Billy has in front of him, you've already questioned, like, who's going to be the fullback next year. Trying to figure out the makeup. The 7, the 6. Trying to fit Kalen Ponga, Cameron Munster, Sam Walker, Reece Walsh, and Tommy Dearden into 3 positions next year is going to be really difficult for
Good luck.
Really difficult.
Yep. I think, Dearden is obviously a gun, right? I would have picked him over Sam Walker, and I still will.
Same.
There's no doubt. I think
incredible series.
Sam Walker had a great series, but sometimes when in games like this, when it's like he had no impact on the game at all.
Even the kicking.
Nothing.
Well, that impacted Queensland badly.
Yeah,
when they were chasing points.
His little pop gun.
Him and Walsh, he missed 3 big kicks, which allowed scoreboard pressure still.
Yeah, it should have been 18-14 or something.
It should have at least got to 24-18 at one point if they kicked their goals. Or it should have been 18-6.
But even in his just normal kicks, right?
Yeah.
If you ain't finding Ponga or something like that, like, you're not going to him. So it's not like you can go on where we're going to Moses to pump it 60 metres.
Yeah.
He's not doing that. So he's from 20 metres out, he's probably got the best short kicking game in the game. But sometimes when the game is like this, it's hard for him to really impact the game. When your forwards are getting dominated. And this is what happens.
Yeah, similar to the conversation with New South Wales. Yeah.
Some players, like Cleary, like in game 2, what do you expect from him? You're getting smashed through the middle. Like, what do you expect your halfback to do? Like, Andrew Johns has been in teams, JT's been in teams where the forwards got smashed, right? You do nothing. Like, that's why, like, I understand that. If I have a real shit game, right, when I was playing, and me and Oga weren't going forward or anything like that, we fucking usually get beat. Like, it's just like the forwards need to dominate.
That's the difference at the top level and in the best games and the best teams. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's so important to pick your middles.
The other part, which was obviously crucial and huge, the difference between a metre, half a metre. You could see that all the momentum and energy, if there was one last roll of the dice, I think it was Walshy threw a bit of a floater up. It hits the deck. It bounces. Rob Toyer picks it up, scores that try. They go back and look and correctly find Max Plath half a metre offside and in the vicinity.
That would have changed the game.
That was it. That was huge. So 2 huge moments in the second half where
Yeah.
just all the momentum was for Queensland.
Yeah.
And they were playing decent enough footy, and while she was causing enough
Dog shit ball from 9 fucked it all up.
Oh, I can't remember the ball. I'll have to watch that back. I'm
Watch
intrigued
it.
to watch it back.
It put the timing off, mate.
Really? Just
No, I think the 9 was. I think
Harry? Because Harry played 80.
No, I don't think it was him.
Someone else got in
I
there.
think it was Sam Walker.
Okay.
Check who done that,
Yeah, go
Lukey.
back and look at
What
the
minute
wole.
would that have been, approx?
That was the Rob
65th
Toyino try
or
around the
something
65th to 68th or 65th to 70th minute. Anyway, I believe the score line would have been
Whatever the delivery was, it put him. That's that half a meter.
Yep.
It was that? Yeah.
So, yeah, Queensland, Billy Slater. I guess the big question now for Billy is whether he goes around again. There have been. He said he doesn't want to do any long-term contracts anymore. Again, it's very he's very vague. Like he doesn't give too much. He leaves plenty of grey area. He always he doesn't. He's the best. And I've said this. This is one of the best parts of his coaching, being prepared. He doesn't. He won't give. He never gives proper answers that he can get caught up in, or you can go back and say, "Oh,
Straight
no,
back.
you said this." So I don't know whether Billy will be doing it next year or not. I wonder if he'll come out and maybe just let this settle in for a little bit. Let the performance of Queensland settle in and figure out if he wants to do it. He said no matter what, he's going to support Queensland, and if he thinks
He just knows he doesn't have to answer that question right now.
Yeah.
Like fuck off.
It's his job if he wants.
Yeah,
to,
like
basically.
of course it is. Like he can do it for the next 10 years. Like everyone wants Billy Slater as their coach. Oh, you're going to coach next year, Billy? I don't have to answer this now because then you're just going to write it in like the paper straight away. I'll let this simmer and I'll give you an answer next year.
Yeah.
See
Anything
you
else?
later.
Anything else you want to touch on with Queensland side of things, or just again, if you're
Just
a Queensland
one of those games we outplayed Queensland.
Yeah.
We out-enthused them. We did all the little things. We finally played to our potential, right? And this is what I knew that we were capable of. We're capable of beating Queensland.
for sure.
You know, like it's a matter of our key players standing up, and they did.
It was the most talented underdog $2.50 team that I think I've ever
Massively.
seen in a decider.
Yeah, and everyone was just trying to blame the coach and this and that. That's what I said back in there. I just don't blame the coach fully. Interchange-wise, selections, yeah, but like you still – you got to rely on your boys to get out there and get the job done. And they come out with the intent and just that will to win. Like, well, you can't coach. You can't coach that shit. You just got to come and you got to bring it. You expect these players to automatically have that.
I can't wait. We're chatting with Money either Monday or Tuesday next week, so we'll have him on the show for next week. It's just sort of get his take on things. Queensland captain.
He'd probably say the same thing, man. Like, we just got fucking outplayed, out-enthused. Happens in Origin, just sucks it happened in Game 3.
At home.
At home.
Yeah.
Twice now, because that's where they really want to rub it in. They don't like winning in Sydney.
So let's talk about that. The last 3 series now have been lost by the team that's hosting the decider. The
Yeah.
pressure that's associated.
We don't want to host ever.
Is the narrative starting to change on that now?
I don't think so. It's just fucking. It is what it
Well,
is.
think about this, right? The momentum it takes out of the crowd if you start hot in a decider.
Yeah.
So all the fans turn up. You've got 70,000 fans at a call. You'd like to think 60% of them, 60,000 of them are New South Wales fans. You get smacked in the mouth early, and then all the New South Wales fans start going, "We suck."
Yeah.
I know Queensland aren't exactly like that.
No, Queensland's fucking totally different.
Similar split.
You can use that as a superpower, right? When you're New South Wales and you can fucking hear those chants, Queenslander, you hear the adulation, you hear the fucking screams, you can't hear shit. It's the best atmosphere to play in, right? So, like, as a player, if you can't get up for that game, go see a psychologist.
Is the last game they won their Go Dozer? Off the 22, 23?
Yeah, it was
It
23.
would be 21, wouldn't it? If they
21?
play every
That was the
every other
decider,
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
every
then
other
they
year.
21?
They still
Bullshit.
So 26
5 years
decider.
ago? I thought 23.
22, sorry, 22. 22.
Because they would have started the
Yeah,
season
yeah.
at there. Then we went to thing.
Yeah.
Next year as well.
20 year was the year that they played all 3 games in Queensland because of COVID, isn't it?
2020 was.
Or was that 2020?
Yeah.
22, yeah. because that was
I think it's 22. You're right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because it's 26 now, 24 decider, 22 was the last time.
Yeah.
next year, Origin, Eden Park
Oh, that's us.
for the
we'll be
game
there.
too.
We're on that for sure. We're all
Easy.
over that.
We love a junket.
Yeah, we love New Zealand.
New Zealand loves us.
All right, before we get to the team list for round 19, let's start off with the West Tigers have reportedly given Jerome LUAI permission to leave the club before the final year of his contract, opening the door for an exit at the end of 2026. The move is understood to be driven by salary cap pressures, with the Tigers looking to secure the long-term futures of rising stars, including Flayoni brothers. LUAI is already locked into PNG. Obviously, we've talked about that at length. With a 2028 deal worth 1.2. Despite having 1 year left on his contract, discussions between LUAI and the club have been ongoing since the Tigers informed him he could explore an early departure. If he leaves after this season, LUAI's stint at the Concord has lasted 2 years. So apparently, once they realised that Jerome was moving on, they've during that time secured the services of the May brothers, which we watched the reaction of that. Jareen Buller, Adam Dewey. So everyone's been upgraded, and now there are salary cap pressures. They're doing their best to keep. The big one is Latu's been a fine player so far, but they're trying to keep Samuela. And so the way what the average fan might not realise with the salary cap is, there are portions of a salary cap from the year before that you can use for the following year if it's free, right? So the extensions that they're trying to do for all these players, they might be on sort of
400, 300, 200.
and it increases as as the contract year goes on. So because he's moving on and he's not a part of the future, they're considering moving on from thoughts.
I don't know what he's going to do next year. Like, what does he do? Like, do they expect him to sit out a year? Like, what does he do? Like, they just... Does he find do you think a team's going to pick him up for 1.2 mil just for 1 year?
If they're
Not
considering
a fucking chance.
if they're considering letting him go though,
And paying half his contract?
or a portion, whatever it may be.
He goes to Perth or something like that? That's the only option.
So the only reason I would push back on Perth is Perth are a new franchise. I don't think it makes sense for a club like Perth to go in for Jerome knowing that he's going to go to a new franchise the following year. If you're like fair dinkum about creating a culture and all that stuff that we talk about, which we think Jerome's going to be perfect for Papua New Guinea, then I don't think it makes sense for him to get in the way of figuring out who they want in their halves between currently on their roster, Toby Sexton, Jamie Humphreys, and Chiron Wishart. I think the first season's important, understanding that they're not going to win a shitload of games for similar to the way we probably viewed the Dolphins.
No, that's a great point,
early
mate.
on, right? Like, you don't want to stunt or stop from preventing you figuring out who's going to be the guy for the following year and the year after that, or do you need youngsters or all that sort of stuff?
I'm with you there. You need to lock in your future for the first 3 years.
Now,
if you're Perth,
are there teams that are in a premiership window? These are the teams I'm looking at that I started to take more seriously because I thought about this a lot. Mace, I'm sort of just presenting to this.
Yep.
So I'll throw some scenarios at you.
I'm trying to think.
There are a couple of teams that have not secured key parts of their squad that are in premiership window if fully fit. And those two teams are, even though I think it's crazy that
Canberra.
Canberra, they've got a whole bunch of issues that they've got to figure out before going after a guy like Jerome. If you can get Jerome for a 500-600 and have a good crack at the premiership next year for the Dolphins, if they don't sign Cody Nikorima next to Jerome LUAI, do you consider that? That is a question. Thoughts?
Yes, I would. If Nikorima isn't there, only if, because they do that would be a pretty good combo, that Katoa and LUAI, and he could be the missing piece. But if Nikorima, if they sign him, no, doesn't happen.
Sweet,
because I like Nikorima and I think he fits into that club very well. So I don't think the Dolphins, but we don't know what's going to happen with Nikorima. He could if he keeps playing like he is, right? They get a massive push into the finals and go prelim somewhere. He plays a massive part in that. That goes way up.
Do you know what I'm starting to not consider, but the Nicaramus situation I view similar to Jamal Fogarty. Different type of players, same scenario in age, importance, clearly play, are both loved by the clubs. Like everyone speaks so highly of Jamal Fogarty, even Ricky. And you can tell Wolfie loves Cody Nicarima.
Yeah.
But Cody Nicarima is what, 30, 31?
Yeah.
Like what's the
Injuries.
number? What's the number? What's the deal that you put for Cody Nicarima? It's not as easy as, hey, Cody, can we sign you on a 1 year deal and keep you for 5 or 6 months? Because he's probably going, this team's going, we'll give you 3 years like Manly for Fogarty, right? And then you go at that point of your career, that's where it's tricky with Cody. That's the whole.
No, that is. And that's where I'm just like, what do you do with Cody? You know what I mean? Like if they sign him for 2 or 3 years and he goes, or they offer him a 1 year deal and he goes, no, someone in England offered me a 3 year deal. Some other team, someone in the NRL offered me a 3 year deal at $750. I got to go.
Got to go.
Enter
Jerome Luai,
1 year deal. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. And I think he'd want to go to a strong club as well.
I've got another option for you.
All right.
36-year-old Cody Walker.
I was going to say South, I didn't think you'd disrespect him like that.
I'm not disrespecting.
No, I'm joking.
I'm not.
Mad
you know how much I love
mad
Cody.
respect for not giving respect.
And this is only a conversation because we talked about it last week. He's 36 years old. He's still playing at a high level. The on-field stuff does not concern anyone. And he's got himself in really good shape this year too because he was injured last year. He was banged up. So there would have been hesitancy from South Sydney. Fuck, what's our number for Cody?
Could he play 7, but like
easily?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you bring him in as a halves partner.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah,
So you could have both of them.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not saying he's coming in and he's getting the 6.
But if it doesn't work out for Cody because of the frustrations around the on-field stuff, which is you can't deny that, and Wayne will be. He's the ultimate guy. He'll know himself. Like he'll know better than anyone. Whether he wants to deal with that with Cody, and is that can you deal with the old L a couple of times a year because you know in a big game if he gets it right he is as good as anyone in the 6.
I think he could play 7 there. I think he honestly could play 7.
Yeah,
and they could be a premiership threat. Payne Haas as well.
And here's the other part. Payne Haas is rocking up. Cleary.
Wayne loves the deal.
Trell loves him.
Trell loves Jerome. Payne loves Jerome from Samoan camp. There's a connection. There's a connection there.
And I think he'd love being coached under Wayne Bennett. And I think he would thrive.
Yeah.
So I agree with both teams. I don't think I would agree with it anymore.
And this is the last part. So the other one, the other team that was tossed up, Lukey, was Parramatta.
No.
I don't know now because of the 1 year rental that they've had with Pezzett and how that just hasn't worked out for all parties, that they consider doing that again. And if you're fair dinkum and I believe in what Jason Riles is trying to do there. He's trying to get some games into these young players and he needs to figure out long-term solutions.
They're not in a premiership window.
Agreed.
Yeah. So those other two, they're one or two pieces away.
Agreed.
To fucking getting that right on.
Yep.
And especially next year when you add a Payne Haas.
Yep.
Right, you add just say Jerome Luai, Cody last run, Latrell fit, Jack. Yeah, they're in a window, same as the Dolphins.
Last scenario, and again, this is going back to we discussed a lot of this stuff that we're talking about today. Yesterday, Fletch throughout this one is a gap year. A gap year. He goes to PNG. He helps establish and help out with the pathways, the recruitment. Getting and getting on the ground, not living in Papua New Guinea, I'm not saying that, but getting over for a week or a couple of weeks at a time. And that will depend on, I guess, the competitiveness of Jerome. Does he want to have a gap year? You recharge the body.
Yeah, I want to know how banged up his body is.
You know, like it could be a year to just get super strong, get super
20,
fit.
Is he 28?
He would be around like
28, 29. So, like, he's played a lot of football, right?
Is he a year older than Nath?
I think he's a year younger. Year younger or a year older?
Yeah.
Are you switched on?
Yeah, I had another scenario that I was just doing some research.
What's your
on.
last scenario then, boy?
I'm just looking at Shamus. So I don't think Shamus would let him go to Perth, but Shamus has been close with the London Broncos ever since he started his
He ain't
PG
going overseas.
franchise.
Fuck
He
that.
wouldn't go to Super League. No.
Over a gap year, he'd still want to play some
Fuck
footy.
that.
No, I think it would be
The risk, and reward there.
Yeah. Fuck, you don't want him going to the Super League and picking up a fucking big injury. No way. Oh, you would much prefer him have a gap year, help out with the pathways development, coaching, all that sort of stuff. Getting the right people.
It'd be interesting to see how his body's feeling. If that's an option, who pays him? That's the fucking
Sponsorship,
problem.
Papua New Guinea. all
Yeah,
that sort
but
of stuff.
like half. You get half from the Tigers.
Yeah, we'd still have to get half of the
Yeah,
Tigers. Yeah.
maybe more.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Otherwise, you just stay. You dig your heels in. You
and
just play
does
for the Tigers.
the salary cap and does our TV deal come into this at all next year or after 2027?
That's dependent on player and manager and contract. Every contract's different.
So it's obviously going to go up a shitload of money. And when you're trying to sign,
Not until 28. No,
Yeah.
the salary cap doesn't
Yeah,
affect
that's what
anything
I'm
in
trying to
2026.
ask. I'm
Okay,
trying to
yeah,
ask,
sweet,
yeah.
sweet. Nothing changes for
So
2027. 2028.
they're trying to upgrade these kids now,
Yep,
but they're still contracted for 2027.
correct.
Well, you just have to fucking wait.
He stays 2027.
Yeah, you just wait. You just like these guys will get the fresh new deal, and they'll cash up straight away. So I think that's the only option.
Do you think
the last option?
Sorry?
That's the last option. Is just like he just stays, and then they get their money at the end of 2028. No one loses. It's all good now though. We're looking for salary cap. Fuck that. You signed me for 3 years.
Do you think it's weird that like the other big moment, so like you've had the Galvin one big press conference, like or at least fronting the media. This one sort of just comes out. Like it's an Origin Day 2, it comes out around, so there's all this other noise.
No, it's Origin. That's why. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, no,
Smart.
Tactically, it's smart. Yeah.
You're not putting this fucking in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
There's nothing to
This
talk
would have
about.
been talked about between camps for a couple of weeks now. It's coming out. You're right. They've popped this straight after Origin for a reason.
Great. No, that's how you do it.
But is like a risk reward of even like letting this happen because the fan base is just like, what? Can we just have a season where we're just sweet?
Yeah.
I think he stays. I don't think he like if he doesn't have to go, and these other young brothers can wait one more year to get upgraded. You wait one more year.
I wonder if because of the relationship between going back to Souths, going back to and they've got a number of they're in November 1, they've got a bunch of players that are off contract. And they've only because of Payne Haas, they've been unable to sign anyone with certainty. The list, and it starts with Trell. Like Trell's a big part of it. I think he's someone that's up for negotiations for the 2028 season as well.
I don't think that even matters. If you're up for negotiations in 2028, salary cap don't mean shit.
Yeah,
it's going to
that's
go
gonna be
up
different.
a fucking shitload.
Definitely.
So it's not going to affect you.
But I wonder if the relationship between Benji, Jerome, and Wayne factor into the most viable option
Yes, it does.
outside of the Tigers.
No,
being
yes,
South
it
Sydney.
does. And if the Tigers dig their heels in and say we don't want you and all this sort of shit, and it gets a little bit ugly, and we're trying to sign. But these other, as I said, if these young kids were off contract right now, there'd be a different sort of heat on Jerome LUAI. But they're not contracted for next year. Like, what do they want? Why is there heat? Why is this even a story? I don't know.
Well, it's a huge story.
I know, but why? But like, because these players aren't off contract, it's not affecting anyone. They just want to upgrade them, save money. Like when they don't want to upgrade them for the new salary cap. Like, is that what they want to do?
Also, a part of it, and there's no denying this. Jerome's moving on in 2028. It's the sticky point with contracts.
They don't want to like let these guys go to the open market.
Exactly.
Yeah, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Well, fucking deal with it. That's the way they got to do it.
Well, but that's the point.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
Samuel Fainu, like this is Tigers' point of view.
yeah.
This is all their point of view. This ain't the Fainu brothers' point of view or fucking Jerome's. This is what the Tigers are. This is the business part coming into it, fans. So fuck it. As a player, dig your heels in Jerome, whatever, and then some Fainu brothers hit the open market, do whatever you want. Look after yourself. It's a business. They're trying to look after their business right now. So fucking you just play good football and get on the open market and demand whatever the fuck you want. Done.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely obviously heaps of moving parts into it.
Yeah, but that's at the end of the day, this is all a business about. This is all fucking the narrative of the Tigers.
But I also understand it from the Tigers.
100%. That's what I'm trying to give both sides. It's a business here. They don't want the Fainu brothers to go on the open market because that means they have to pay more, right? You want Jerome LUAI to leave and go, okay, well, you're leaving anyway. Can you find another club so we can spread your $1.2 million around, right? So fuck it.
So you think they were hoping he...
Yeah, but no worries, mate. I'll just go
opt in this. So basically, they were sort of gambling, thinking that he might opt out.
No, because they would have had higher expectations of this season, and that would have unsettled the group. Because the season has panned out the way it's panned out, that loss to the Dragons would have been that's a part of it too. That loss to the Dragons was deflating for everyone involved. And now they're probably reassessing where they view themselves. And we've said this fucking all season. The West Tigers for a couple of years have had a great, good-looking 1-19. Depth-wise, they've struggled. Yeah. So if you remove you can't remove all of it. You can't pay 1.2. But if you remove 600,000-700,000 off your salary cap and fill those with 2 or 3 quality NRL backups, then and front load your cap into players that you think are going to be there long term because Jerome's not. You upgrade Jerome Buller. He's got to be a long-term Tiger. Jeez. They've done that. Adam Dewey, they've identified as the guy moving forward. You give a more club-friendly deal to a guy like our what do we call him, Alfred? Who's the fucking half again?
Yeah,
Jock.
you're talking about.
Jock Madden?
Jock.
Is that his name?
Jock Madden.
Yeah. I feel like his name. Yeah. I was second-guessing that for some reason.
Oh, so am I
Jock
now.
Madden?
Jock.
No one even just says Jock. It's always Jock Madden.
Jock Madden.
So I just said Jock.
Just one name. Jock Madden.
Yeah, so we go, all right, let's get Jock Madden on
get Jock
for a couple of years and try to figure out if he's the long-term option to continue to develop Javon Andrews and Latu Fainus. And then maybe we can pitch in because we've looked awful in the back row when we've lost Kai Pearce-Paul and Samuel Fainu. So do we go out there and try grab a fucking Luke Garner from Penrith or someone like that? You know, you can fill other positions. Something like that. Yeah. That type of quality of player.
Do you think Benji's a big fan of Josh Schuster as well? Because he's mentioned him a couple of times in presses.
Yeah.
He's now on the development deal.
Yes.
To get a top 30 next year.
Benji has talked about this. Low risk, low reward with Schuster. He is on a train and trial deal. It's up to Josh Schuster whether he takes it or not. He loves Josh Schuster. Josh Schuster, he said gave
Wayne connection.
Well, that's a part of the Wayne connection. But also Josh Schuster, I think he said his favourite player growing up was Benji. Then he played against Benji in his first game. Benji gave him a huge rap. So their connection goes all the way back to his debut. Benji's just given an opportunity. It's all up to Josh Schuster whether he takes it or not now. So that's that'll be separate to this particular decision with Jerome. That's just giving a guy one last opportunity to see if he can make his first great career. So it's a big couple of weeks coming up. We'll see. And it starts tonight. Big game. Let's get into team lists for round 19. Mace. And, we won't be able to give proper breakdowns with any confidence, not knowing what's going to happen with the Origin players. So this is probably the last week where we're throwing a few darts. We'll see what sticks with the games because we just don't know who is going to be turning up for 1-19.
Wait till next week.
But let's start off with a hugely important game for the Tigers and equally as important for the Warriors who are trying to cement a top 4 spot at Campbelltown tonight, 8 p.m. With Api Coruscant missing the game with that injury that he picked up last week, Jessesi Lanyon will make his second NRL start.
Peck season?
Not
fucking close.
Api himself said he has not
12.
had a peck before, so he doesn't know.
8 to 12.
Yeah. Or as Fletch likes to say, 7 to 9. He likes odd numbers. Who else have we got? Semalafainu back, Mace.
I like that.
Big in. So his brother Sione will go to the other side. You'd think he would go to the right side because he's a left side specialist. And the other big in, huge week for him. Jerome LUAI back. He missed last week with a head knock. He goes to 6. And our man who we couldn't figure out what his name is, Jock Madden, he goes back to the extended bench.
What's it? Jessesi Lanyon?
Jessesi, yeah. So he played. He made his debut in the Titans game a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Good player, Mace.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, crafty player. Goes good. So he's actually got a cool story. I was chatting to Felipe Mateo. I went to watch some local footy a couple of weeks ago. Great story. Sort of just progressed really quickly through the grades and wasn't an obvious candidate for someone like that. Apparently, he just every level he went up to, he just got better and better. Got an opportunity, and now he should get a couple of weeks with Uppy missing some time with that pec. As for the Warriors, come on, Mickey, you're better than that. James Fisher-Harris has started in the front row. He is back.
Yeah.
Leka Halasima
Back.
also back. I don't think we'll see Kurt Capewell and Mitch Barnett. I think it's too close. I think it's crazy to play people
Give me a rest.
48 hours.
Especially,
out
hey, look who you got coming back.
Yeah.
Like, they held the fort while you guys are out. Now you hold the fort.
And here's another name for you. Alofiana Camperera. He comes in for the injured Dallin Watson as left back. How deep are the Warriors this year?
Very deep.
Wow.
Yeah, I like the Warriors. They're gonna be thereabouts, right? And games like this is going to be tough because the Tigers have got more. They've got more to play for. I know the Warriors are looking for a top 4 finish, right?
Desperation over the desperation levels for both.
Yeah, it is. Like Warriors, of course, they want to win. They just want to win because they're competitors and they want to put the Tigers down, right? You're playing at Campbelltown. There's going to be a lot of brothers out there. You know what I mean? You know, it's very hostile. A lot of Polynesians in this team.
Yep.
It's going to be a war. I love it. I love Fisher-Harris going out there taking on, you know, the young Fainu brothers and Bunty Afoa starting against his old team. Played 150 games there. Yeah, I like this.
I didn't even notice that. I missed that one. Fanua Polo back to the bench.
Yeah, Bolly's he came off the bench last week too.
Yeah.
So I think the Warriors take care of business fucking quite easily.
Well, Tav agrees with you. West Tigers, $3.
That's disrespectful.
New Zealand Warriors, $1.40, and the line is 7.5.
I think the Warriors. I think it's going to be a fucking hard game. I think they played this game out there last year.
Campbelltown?
They did.
Seatown. Who ended up winning?
Leka Halasima game winner.
Leka.
Remember?
Yeah.
He's doing the
Crazy.
celebration as he's running away.
Yeah.
They've always had close games. In fact,
Yeah, this is going to be
let's
hard.
go back to the start of the year when the Warriors were flying, mates. Who picked them over there?
Yeah.
Echo Media.
Yeah. Tigers playing on
13 plus got them over there.
unorthodox way of playing.
Yeah. It's a tricky game. It is a tricky game. I'm on the Waz. I want to make that clear. I'm on the Waz.
I'm on the Waz.
I'm on the Waz.
With a bit of confidence. I think they're that team, right? I think they've been building. This is their 4th year under the tutelage of Webby. And they've just built this culture where, you know, wherever they train, wherever they play, it ain't the old Warriors where they usually get beat the away games and all that sort of shit. They're fucking on every single game.
So consistent.
It's very consistent, very deep team. You know,
even when they got beaten by the Tigers at the start of the year, it was a weird old game. It was
like
a bit weird. There was some deflections.
It was an awful game.
Yeah.
It was one of those games. But they hold that in their mind.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you got us at
Gotta
home.
get paid
You
back.
got us at home. You're going to get it now.
Got to get paid back.
We'll get you at your home, Graham. So I think the Warriors really come out and fucking stamp their authority.
Oh, it's a weird game for the Warriors with all this Jerome LUAI news. Like, it can go one way or the other. It can be,
And the Tigers are known for like
yeah,
going down,
no, Ivan.
downward spirals.
Yeah. All right, I'm on the Warriors as well. I've got a same game multi for this game as well, Mace. Let's go for the Warriors. I like Jacob Laban. I think he will hold his spot. I don't think Kurt Capewell will play in this game.
Surely
So I'm
not.
going Jacob Laban to score any time. He has been on fire over the past month. Give me Ali Lautea as well for the New Zealand Warriors. And for the West Tigers, they've missed him badly over the last, I think it's been 6 weeks he's missed. He is a threat in the air, on the ground, or just running, getting dropped underneath. Samuela Faunu, anything in and around, because all the drama with Jerome LUAI, I want Samuela Faunu, who I'm expecting to line up on the left edge. It'll be a great battle. I think him and Laban were going to go head to head. So I've got them both in my multi. Give me Jacob Laban, Ali Lautea, and Samuela Faunu.
Who's how long's Samuela been out for?
About 6 to 7, 8 weeks.
Was it a knee injury?
It was a foot injury.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And just
Just the power, right? You just lose that little bit.
2 late nights in a row for the Warriors fans. So you got an 8 o'clock kickoff here,
Oh, yeah.
10 o'clock back home. We had the late one the other night. So
furious.
sending love to our Waz fans.
We love you, Waz.
Yeah, we love you. We love you, Wise fans. All right, let's go to Saturday, July 11th. It's the Battle of the Ocean again, but this time it is not at Ocean Protect. It's at KO Stadium. I feel like there hasn't been a game at KO for a year.
Ages.
Can't recall. Oh yeah, no, the Manly game.
Yeah.
was that KO. That was
Nice little
that was
ground
the
there.
start of Fosball. All right, let's go for the Dolphins. All of their Origin players have been named in the extended bench. So Hammer, Selwyn, Bostock, Plath, Flegler. We're definitely not going to see Bostock because he was a Category 1, so he's out of
okay.
this game. As for the Sharks, whether we'll see Britton, Blake Brayley, Adam Fanua-Blake, Britton Nakota, Blake Brayley or Adam Fanua-Blake is yet to be determined. So it's, again, hard to get a read on this game with any confidence with 8 Origin players, 1 definitely ruled out and the other 7 to be confirmed. Aside from that, even if they don't play, still quality across the park for both of these teams.
Trying to look at this team.
The odds will reflect that, Lukey.
Well, Dolphins with tab $1.53, Cronulla $2.40. The line is 4.5.
I like the Sharks with this. I do.
4.5 too
Yeah, only because
too much.
too much. Schneider 7. I just think they're going to still miss Katoa's class, just a little bit. Nick Remus, he's playing. Still got a gun side, right? Depending, I don't think Hammer plays or Selwyn. Big part of their getting out of yardage and their strike.
They were rested.
Max Plath, I think, plays because he's a lunatic, and I think Thomas Flegler plays as well because I don't think he got that many big minutes, and you lost the game, right? So you don't give a fuck. You just want to play.
Yeah, Saturday 3 p.m. is a weird time. I think they
So
play.
when you wake up and you're nice and sore.
Yeah, I think they all play. I think both sides. I think they all play.
Okay.
Not with any confidence. You know better than me, mate. Well, like
Yeah,
it's
different. It's different now. No,
Yeah.
it's different too. It's like it's. I think the players right now, especially because Origin is over.
Yeah.
It's over. A whole nother year starts.
Yeah.
Do we want you guys as fresh as possible, right? Can you afford to take a break? That's
I
the
don't
thing.
know.
Can they? And I think both teams can.
Both teams. So here's my point though, because I think they're both threats for the top 4. We got 5th versus 6, 24 points. Dolphins just slightly ahead because they haven't played a bye. They've got 1 more bye remaining. Here's what I think both coaches go and say to their Origin stars. We need you in this game. This is a crucial game for our top 8 chances, at the top 4 and top 8 chances at the end of the year. Boys, empty the tank for me in this game, and I'll give you the fucking entire week off training.
But it's the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think both coaches should meet up, Wolfie and Fitzy, and go, don't play your Origin players.
Handshake agreement.
Handshake agreement, and I won't play mine. And then stack your team. Gotcha, Wolfie. Nah, yeah. Geez, now if they both play all Origin players, like fuck. I'm still going to go Sharks. I like the Sharks.
It's too important.
Yeah.
Top 4.
Sharks are on one.
History has shown
Yeah.
you have to be in the top.
Yeah, I get it.
We've got 5th versus 6.
Yeah, I just
They're
don't think.
playing.
I just don't think this game is going to go all into the top 4.
We'll
you
see.
know?
I think they're playing. My gut feels they play.
Yeah, they all would. The coaches would be just driving it into them. We need a top 4.
All right. Well, guess what?
There's another top 4 team.
No.
No?
I have the same game multi for this game. I like the early afternoon games. I'm hoping that we get a full deck of cards, but I'm also factoring in that they may not play, mate. So none of those players I've put in my multi just in case. All right, let's go for the Dolphins. I think he plays no matter what because of the injury to Jack Bostock. So Jack Bostock won't be available for this game. So I'm going Jake Averillo. Sneaky try scorer. 1 game removed from a big injury.
Carved up
And he
last
wants
week.
to finish his season strong and just add some selection pressure to the Dolphins for the back end of the season.
Well, Bostock took his spot, and now he's an Origin player. Like Averillo was their dude.
Exactly.
Iron sharpens iron.
Jake Averillo anytime. I love what Connolly Lemuelu has been doing this year. I've often gone Kuli Kefu, who's been a great option for us as well. But no Isaiah Katoa, so therefore more Cody Nikorima, so therefore give me Connolly Lemuelu. That's my thought process behind that. And KL Iro has been okay this year.
He's been
Good
okay. Game last week.
He's starting to warm into his season. He's had a little bit of disruption.
Few injuries.
And I think he's the sort of guy, when Cronulla start humming, you start seeing more big KL Iro performances. So I'm on KL in this game as well. So give me Jake Averillo and Connolly Lemuelu for the Dolphins. KL, Iro. I think they score one on each other. Averillo and KL. I think they're marking up on each other. So give me those two. All right, let's go to 5:30 p.m. The Canterbury Bulldogs versus the Canberra Raiders. This game's at a core stadium. The only real big name and change that could happen is in the 21 jersey, Jacob Preston. He was on the extended bench going into the Titans a couple of weeks ago, mate. So that
Be nice.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he's a way better chance this time around after the bye.
At the bye.
So therefore, you'd probably see Josh Curran moving to the front row or onto the bench. Most likely the bench. As for the Raiders, they've got a couple of big changes. So Seb Chris replaces Savelio Tamale, who got dropped in that last game against the Dragons. And a couple of really big ins. So not only are Ethan Strange and Hudson Young named to back up, Noah Martin returns for his first game since he injured his ankle in that game against the Tigers. And Josh Papali'i.
Double syndesmosis, yeah.
Double Cindy. Josh Papali'i is back on the bench as well, the big vet in his last season for the Canberra Raiders.
Yeah, geez.
Big ins for the Raiders.
Yeah, massive ins. It's be a hard game. Sorry, what are the odds?
Doggies are favourites, $1.60. Canberra with tab of $2.35. The line is 3.5.
I'm obviously going to go the Dogs, but the Raiders, I don't think they've given up hope. Did they both have the bye last week?
Yep.
Yeah, so they'll be fresh as hell. What points are we on? We're on 20 points.
The Raiders are on 16. But I want to go to wins because this is the point.
I think they've had about the same.
One extra win.
Yeah.
So 7. But because the Bulldogs have had 3 buys, they've trumped an extra 2 points in front. So Raiders still have 1 buy left is my point. Yep.
The Bulldogs are desperate. If we can't be inconsistent at this time of the year. We've won 4 from 5.
Yep.
You just got to keep going with that. You have to. It's going to be a hard game because the Raiders are tough. They play that smash mouth sort of football. You got big Josh Papali'i coming back, who's he's just an inspiration for that team. You look at him, you go, "This is last year. Can we put that extra effort in?" He hasn't been there for 10 weeks.
The loser of this game's eliminated.
Oh fuck! If the Raiders lose, they're eliminated.
Yep.
Not us. We're on 20 points. We're kissing the 8.
Yep.
Kissing their feet.
Historically, over the last 5 years, you need 13 wins to make the top 8. And that doesn't even guarantee it, but you need 13 to be.
We just need to keep fucking winning.
Yeah.
Full stop, week by week, and then just keep taking care of business.
So my point is, if they lose this game, then it becomes
It's
a
bad.
6 from 7
Yes,
scenario.
it's not good.
You get it.
I get what you're saying, mate.
You get what I'm putting down?
I know what you're fucking
picking up what I'm
I'm
putting
picking
down?
up what you're putting down, son.
So I think this is a loser elimination game is my point.
It's gonna be hard, yeah. We just need to put everything, all fucking cards on the deck.
Full deck of cards?
Full deck of cards. Fucking whatever it is. All those sayings.
All right, let's get to the Sydney Roosters versus the Parramatta Eels. Similar to, actually, a few little changes are going to be in this game. So Teddy's not going to play as well. He was ruled out of Origin, so he's eliminated from this game. But he was named to play in this game.
Can he play?
Reece Robson, no, he can't. This was before the game, Tuesday.
Okay.
But Robbo strangely had James Tedesco, Nwanga Nituwase named them, but he didn't name Reece Robson and Sam Walker. He had them a part of the extended bench. So there is still an interesting watch.
Reece Robson needs a rest.
We've got great cover as
Please
well.
have
So
a
the
rest.
options that they've got for Reece Robson, you've got Connor Watson to start and Benai Uelu potentially if he wants to go that way.
Yeah.
And then again, Sammy Walker's got great cover as well because you can play Hugo Savala at 7. So that's why I think.
Easy.
Whereas Teddy, as good as those young rookies looked, Rex Bathingwaite, I think, is one, and a couple of those Cody Ramsey as options, nowhere near the level of backup.
Who do you put at fullback?
I think now it will be Cody Ramsey out of the options.
yeah.
Or maybe Rex Bathingwaite. He's the young...
Natalie Bassingwaite's son.
Yeah, he's got the huge upside.
Yeah.
They've got big raps on him out there. They love
right,
him.
put him
So
on. Put him on.
maybe he gets a crack. And it's against
Fuck
Parramatta.
it. Hard team to play against.
Yeah.
Hard position to fill in.
Yeah.
It's Tedesco's position.
Yep.
Right? They play off him and he's been having an outstanding year. I don't know who plays fullback. Can Mark Nwanga play fullback?
No. Too erratic.
All right.
I think so. What do you think so?
I think he could. I think he possibly could. It'd be fun. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, I want him just to get the ball more.
Yeah.
See what he can do. I reckon he'd be fucking. If you're not a straight line on him, I think he might chip and chase.
Yeah, he would.
Oh,
He'd forget. He might even forget and think he's playing Union.
Because I think he's played fullback in Union. Like he's played Union.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Simmons.
obviously a different role, but there's no doubt that he could play fullback. I think he can play anywhere in the back five. You can't you just wouldn't.
Hey, we didn't talk about him at length, but
he had a great game.
He had a good couple of games, man.
He's finished his career off great over in the NRL. Make sure he come back, son.
Yeah. He's been talking about that.
He wants to come.
Getting in early, go make sure you come back.
Oh, you got to. He's box office. I love watching the Roosters play because he's playing. And he's a fucking winger.
As for the Eels, we talked about the selection sort of headache and what he would do on the halves. Jonah Pezzett dropped to the extended bench as you predicted, Mace. You thought Vulcan was going to get the crack, and he has. To partner Mitch Moses, if he is good to go, I think Mitchy plays.
Yeah.
I think as much as there would be concerns with his age, backing up and all of that, I think he would be on such a high and he would be disappointed with the way he finished in that South game. We know, we've got to know him a little bit over the last couple of years. He's a competitor. He thinks deeply about his performances, and I think he's ready to go on this one. Yeah. And another big change another change in the back line is Araz Namva. He'll come in for his maybe third or fourth game of the season.
Okay.
No Sean Russell. I believe he got injured in that game. A head knock.
I think they emptied the tank last week.
They did.
Really did. Yeah. They did. And the Roosters have been gliding.
Well, they're gliding into $1.27 with Tab. Parramatta are $3.50. The line is 10.5, and I'm going to say it too much.
7:32. It's going to be a little bit of drizzle on the fucking on the pitch. Yeah. So it's not going to be. It's not going to be entertaining football.
Which suits Parra.
Yuck. Will suit Parra.
Long kicking game.
Good hitters. Work hard together.
Kick him to death.
Yeah.
Try to win
good. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eels get these guys, but I'm going to go the Roosters. Too much class. But, the Eels can have a sneaky little win here because they won last week. I know they emptied the tank, but, I mean, they're young forwards, mate. They turn up. They fucking hit hard,
I'll take the Eels in a cheeky scenario.
Yeah.
You're taking it with the line.
I think this one, they just go, all right, you're sleeping on us, boys. Yeah. Let's go do it.
These little opportunities.
All right, Tuivati's done.
Yeah, you do. Yep.
Tuivati's done. It's good.
Yep. Let's go to Sunday, July 12th. This is a huge game for a number of reasons. South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the Newcastle Knights. I'm honoured to be calling this game because of the Jai Arrow birthday.
How good's the celebrations going with the Arrow?
Yeah. So make sure if you listen to SEN Sync, you can sync that up whilst watching the game. I can't wait to get out there. Going to be a big occasion. Going to be highly emotional and some big changes for South. So Wayne has dropped Dry Gray back to the bench and elected to go with Matt Duffy.
Fuck.
Cody Walker is missing this game through suspension, so Jaden Sullivan is at 6. Campbell Graham will play his first game back and start on the wing. Tallis Duncan is in the centres. Ewan Aiken will start at back row. Cam Murray has been named. As for the Knights, Kalen Ponga, Bradman Best have both been named as well, and a huge task for Cody Hopwood and Trey Mooney in the front row with no Jacob Saifidi. Mace, this was the game of the season, arguably, at McDonald's Jones Stadium about 5 or 6 weeks ago when Trelevision was at full flight and Caleb was putting on a show as well. Big game. What are the odds, Lukey, before we get Mace's opinion?
$2 South, $1.80 Newcastle.
Yeah, I thought
the line is 1.5.
Yeah, I like the Knights. I like him. I think KP comes back. Bradman Best, they all come back. Cody Hopwood, good young prop. I said that last year.
Yep.
Ogres had a massive rap on him. Mark O'Mealy, he come through his system about 4 years ago. Trey Mooney's been doing a job. He did a job at the start and he's been out for a little bit now. Back row, as good as any team. They're deep on the bench, but they're that back five. I don't really like the back five for the Rabbits at the moment, and I don't really like their forwards. I just think I think the Knights get him, and I don't think Cam Murray plays. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if he plays. He's banged up.
With the forwards, Dave Fafita's been playing really well the last 3 or 4 weeks, and Keon Kolamatangi's getting back to his best. He's healthy again.
Yeah.
And Cheese, like we were raving about Cheese a couple of weeks ago. What?
Yeah, I like it. I don't know. I just like they just last week's performance just didn't get me.
Yeah.
They're all over the shop.
Okay.
And the fucking the halves.
Hmm.
Look at the halves. Ashton Ward and Jaden Sullivan. Like
Definitely. They're questionable.
where do they like and
Duffy.
Matthew Duffy?
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at the spine. The spine for Newcastle is fucking great. That's what they've been. That's why they've been going so well. Forwards just go forward. Their back five gets out of yardage. They work hard for each other. Kalen Ponga just adds a little bit of spice.
I think Cam Murray plays in this game too.
Yeah, he probably does.
He's
He's a
playing for
fucking weapon.
Yeah,
He's a weapon. He will play.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, Dylan Brown, Sharp, Gagai, Bradman Best. They're not just names now. They're performing every week.
Yep.
And I think Souths are a decent team, but I think the Knights they're the real deal.
Yep, I agree. I'm on the Knights. I think they had a couple of games where they scraped through and just got wins. It was a big win against the Dolphins with missing Kalen and Bradman Best, and I thought the Dolphins were brave. This is a great opportunity to cement a top 4 spot for them. It wouldn't surprise me if the Rabbitohs beat them, but I got a same game multi for this game as well. I'm going Dylan squared again. It's one of my favourite combinations. I like both sides of the field, so I couldn't split it. So why not take one from each side? Dylan Brown on the right, Dylan Lucas on the left. He is playing career best footy. He didn't let the disappointment of Origin get to him.
Nah.
He had a strong performance against the Dolphins. He should have 2 against the Dolphins as well. And one of my favourite performers for South Sydney over the last month has been Cheese. He's due for a meat pie too.
Yeah,
Cheese.
from dummy half.
He hasn't scored a try, a meaty in a while.
He's been having a crack, but
He's been having a crack. He always has a crack.
Yeah.
He keeps you honest. I think this is an opportunity for the Cheese as well. So give me Dylan squared for the Knights, Lucas and Brown, and Brendan Smith for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. All right, final 2 games. Manly Seagulls, danger game against the North Queensland Cowboys. I'm worried about my Manly Seagulls in this game. However, they will get Tolu Kola back into the centres, who played half a footy at fullback for the New South Wales Blues, and Homolu Olakuatu, as predicted, Mace. Olakuatu and Adam Fanua-Blake.
love it.
I knew only one of them was going to play. I thought the smoke.
Oh, yeah, that was great. That was great. That was a great call. And I was just hoping, come on, let's just get him on. You know what I mean? But, yeah, you're right.
There were weird
one had to miss out.
There were weird circumstances around.
Adam Fanua-Blake, he played fucking outstanding.
He was good.
That's the Adam Fanua-Blake that we expected, right?
Yep.
That's the one that we saw. That's what I'm saying. Like with the game 3s, with game 1 and 2, we expected that.
Yep.
We didn't see it.
All
Game
right.
3, bang.
Let's go, just quickly. Sorry, mate. I'm
Yeah, mate. No,
rushing
it's
a
all
little
right.
bit
No,
because
it's
we've
all
got
good.
this thing on after this. Let's go to the Cowboys. How about this? So Ruben Court has been named. The scary part for the Cowboys, number 23 in the jersey, Tommy Dearden. I've got him highlighted. He has a huge chance of returning in this game, I'm told.
Big game, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a big game. The only difference is it's at 4 Pines at 4 o'clock on a Sunday, and they're pretty much unbeatable. That is a home ground that they are fucking nearly unstoppable at on a Sunday at that time. Pack the hill out. Hopefully the weather stays out, and fuck, they got some talent, Cowboys. I'm just looking at that team.
You're trying to say Manly, but they keep scaring you.
Yeah, I keep seeing Taumalolo and Nano. I'm going to go the Cowboys. They're going to get a little upsetty.
Ooh, well, Tab
Little
are
upset.
not with you, Mace.
Yeah.
Tab have Manly at $1.50, $2.60 for North Queensland.
They got a lot to play for, the Cowboys.
Mate, I fully appreciate it. I'm worried as all hell. I'm on Manly, obviously, and I hope Manly can win this game.
And the line is 5.5.
And the line is 5.5. It's about right.
It's about
In fact, too much. Let's move on to the last game. Melbourne Storm versus the Titans at Amy Park. So 2 big ins aside from the Origin players, or 3. Jack Howarth and Nick Meaney in the centres. Jerome Hughes at halfback. Trent Liaro, Harry Grant and Cam Munster have all been named as well. A couple of force changes for the Titans with Dean Yeremia playing his first game, the ex-Melbourne Storm player, and Jojo Fafita and Tino named in the to return from Origin. Also, Cooper Blythe missed last week with a head knock as well, or the week before, so he's back. Storm
has to win, What are the odds here?
On this game, the odds for this one is Melbourne heavy favourites, $29, $3.60 for the Gold Coast Titans.
Disrespectful.
The line is 10.5.
Yeah, Melbourne.
Tricky.
Look at that.
Tricky,
Amy
but
Park. Amy Park as well. There. What points are they on? 20?
The Storm, where's my NRL table?
18 or 20?
Storm are on 18 with 7 wins.
Oh, I hope they get bees. But I just don't see it. I get the Storm.
All right, Storm for me too.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Let us know in the comment section any of the unsung heroes from both teams, any points that we missed on Origin. Going to just really kick the feet up over the weekend, watch heaps of footy, and then come to you with your fan questions. We didn't have any for this because we just wanted to get through the Origin part, but we appreciate all your comments, so leave them in the comment section for Monday.
Enjoy your footy.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.